Hello, fellow homebrewers. JP here, and I want to introduce to you the brand new Brewbuilt X1 Conical Series available at More Beer. More Beer sells the highest standard in homebrewing equipment, and the Brewbuilt Conicals are just that. They're made from mirror-polished 304 stainless steel, and they come with loads of features that you and I have been looking for. They have a full 2-inch bottom dump valve, which will eliminate your clogging issues, while the sturdy base includes 4 reinforced legs, just like those big Pro tanks do. More Beer also carries the Brewbuilt line of options and add-ons like casters, pressure kits, and even external glycol chillers. So you can find out more about the new Brewbuilt X1 Conical Unitanks by going over to morebeer.com for detailed videos on the entire line of Brewbuilt Conicals. You can trust Brewbuilt with your next fermentation, and you can trust More Beer to find the right conical for you. Brewbuilt at morebeer.com.
Today's Sunday session is brought to you thanks to the fine folks at More Beer. Visit them right now at morebeer.com.
I want people to believe in me, and I want people to believe in me when they taste my beer. That's what it's about.
You mean you laid underneath it and tried to
Put his tongue up the bung? I like to actually scoop up the yeast and look at it.
7 o'clock came real early that next morning.
Oh, yeah, man. Thanks for dumbing that down for us. You did an awesome job. It's all about food and beer.
Punch me in the junk.
Man, that thing was thick.
The point is just beat it like it's your dick.
I like to smell it afterwards.
Are you being sarcastic right now?
Yeah. Bring your body armor.
I ran in my jungle once on a ball valve in a kettle.
That's a true happy ending.
Now, live from the Brewing Network studios in Northern California, this is the radio program for home brewers, craft brewers, beer lovers, and beer geeks. It's your only source for live beer radio that brings expert brewers together with, well, expert drinkers. This is the radio program with a head on it. This is The Session.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the program. Thanks for tuning in. It's live from the Hop Grenade Studios in Concord, California. The day after we just had our second anniversary party.
That was a party, man.
Extravaganza. It was a good one, right?
It was a great party.
We had a lot of people here. A lot of good beer.
Too many good beers, you know.
Oh.
Too many.
Well, you know.
That's a thing now?
If you're going to have one of each, there's, 12 you love. What the hell?
Yeah. I left here feeling pretty good. We still have a lot of that beer on tap, too. Actually, we had so much of it. I'm drinking a Heretic Pale Ale.
Me too.
Right now. I feel like
That's
I've
my fave.
been waiting forever for him to produce just a Pale Ale.
Yeah, totally.
Heretic Cement Hill. And I also had a couple of these yesterday. It's a great beer. The other beer I was really enjoying is our second anniversary beer, Hop Grenade IPA, brewed by Faction Brewing Company. How'd you like that one?
That's great.
All
it's
New
much more
Zealand
hop
hops.
Yeah, it's really hop forward, kind of a nice hop edge to it, you know?
It was, which is, that's a Faction trademark, right?
That's what I fully expect.
I was real happy. Here, Roger texted me yesterday because I was trying to remember the hops. So it's all New Zealand hops in that beer. The hops are Dr. Rudy, which is interesting.
I've heard of that, but I've never seen any or smelled it.
Oh, probably after a hop. I think we talked about it one time.
Is it Rudy?
Dr. Rudy after, like some hop guy, right?
There is.
Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
Sounds really familiar.
That sounds right. And I think
I was at the New Zealand hop research place, and that sounds very familiar.
Probably, yeah.
I think he's one of the pioneers of genetic.
I think they named it, yeah.
So Dr. Rudy is one of the hops in there. Waimea and Rakau. I never know how to say that one.
Rakau.
I guess it's all New Zealand hops that Roger had never used before. He had some around, and when he was thinking about doing our anniversary beer, he thought, hey, why not use you as the guinea pig?
Yeah.
So used all those New Zealand hops. And so that beer, I think it might still be on tap. If not now, we've got several kegs of it, so we'll have that on at the Hop Grenade for a few weeks.
Excellent.
We got a lot of Hop Grenade beers on right now, actually, because we've also got the Sierra Nevada collaboration on again.
Oh, that's right.
Slow Clap.
Yeah, well, they started stacking up on you here. here.
Before I left yesterday, we did get a good slow clap going in the bar when somebody ordered.
I feel like that's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Not everybody properly orders the slow clap.
Oh, they got to do the slow clap.
Because there's two ways it can go, right? You go to the bar, and you could order a slow clap. And what I would like to happen when that happens is that my bartender just looks at you with a creepy look in his eye and just actually slow claps you and doesn't really give you a beer.
It's never happened to me.
It had me neither.
Yeah.
Right? So that's one way you can go. The other way you can order is you can just walk to the bar and start slow clapping. And not actually use any words, and our bartenders would know to give you the slow clap. So, a lot of Hop Grenade beers on tap.
Yeah.
You're going to have to speak a little louder than normal until I can fix your microphone.
A little louder than normal. I can do that.
Because I've got your gate a little too high.
You know, I was thinking about the slow clap earlier today, and I decided to look on one of those beer rating sites that we all love so much.
You're curious, yeah.
Yes, I am very curious. The slow clap is currently rated a 3.99.
Ooh, that's good. Untapped?
Out of, no, on the other one, the Beer Advocate.
Beer Advocate.
Out of 2 reviews.
2 reviews? Come on.
2 reviews. The overall, for the main review, one review actually has words, and the other one just has a rating. 4.01. This guy says he liked it. It was clean and easy to drink, but the hop profile is not my personal favorite. I'm not necessarily saying it needs to be different.
Yeah.
It's just not my flavor combination. 4.01 out of 5. Okay.
That's good.
God bless, my friend.
Yeah.
Can't believe everybody could.
No, I guess not.
But aren't you not supposed to rate things based upon your own opinion, but more on how correct they are?
The style?
Well, that depends. On those sites, people
Before there was
both.
Yelp, that was true.
Well, and also we used a lot of new style, new world German hops and stuff. So it's not a traditional Vienna lager.
Yeah.
And if the guy liked it, that's fine, I guess. But it's it's a little weird.
He probably just hasn't had a beer like that to dial it in and get used to.
Nobody ever has.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
You guys are outside the box.
Well, you can always go to the hopgrenade.com/beer and look at our beer menu. But we had some really good stuff and good times yesterday. I wanted to thank our staff here for doing such a great job.
Man, they did great.
They just, and they're so enjoyable to work with. Like even guests can tell that they like being here. So even Aaron,
really.
Not always.
Yeah.
I mean, of all of them, he's the one who's most likely to be a douchebag, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
But he's a nice douchebag still.
Yes.
Like, he has a good heart.
You know he's out there.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he can hear you.
He's not listening anyway. That's fine.
He's at least he has a good heart.
That's right.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, the heart. I get the heart.
No, everybody did great. They always do. And then all of our customers who come in and just had a great time to celebrate with us, they're always so nice to us, too, and get a lot of congratulations and thanking us for being here. So it was cool. I don't want to go on and on.
Awesome.
I just was real proud of it, and it was a good day. All right, so tonight on the program, of course, it's brought to you by our good friends and sponsor over at More Beer, More Flavor. You can go to morebeer.com and check them out. Everything you need for home brewing, coffee making, home coffee roasting, wine making, all the flavors.
All the flavors, more flavors.
Yeah.
If you think you have enough flavors, there's more flavors out there. Actually, I was just there to get more coffee beans.
Really?
Yeah.
To do some more roasting?
Yeah, I got some nice Mexican Chiapas.
Okay.
Which is a very good coffee. Some nice Ethiopian Yirgacheffe.
Oh.
This is very nice. And roasted some up and gave them to the old father-in-law.
Oh.
It was very nice, yeah. I did a very nice thing. But that new showroom they got at More Beer is amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. They have shopping carts now.
They have to. You have to carry it like a mile.
When are they going to have the Lark? You know, that Safeway, the little electric shopping cart. When are they going to have that at More Beer?
Oh, yeah. Well,
that's what I want.
That later on in my life,
Surprised if they don't already. I mean, but you're right.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I said to them, when you have shopping carts, you know you've made it. But now I stand corrected. I think when you have the Lark is when you know you've made it. So they have some growing to do.
They do. Just a little bit. But hey, you know what? They've been around 15...
Yeah, at least
16 years.
Okay.
Is what it is. Well, and they're doing all right.
Thanks to them for supporting this program. Go to morebeer.com and order everything you need in large quantities right now. Okay, and then also we've got Berryessa Brewing Company in the studio with us. They're hanging out at the Hop Grenade tonight. We've got their beer here, and they brought us some extra beer to taste in the studio.
Oh, good.
So we're going to talk to Berryessa about the wonders of Berryessa Brewing. I hope they don't use the water in that lake. Have you seen that water?
No. Is it just is it like the Delta but different?
Fine.
It's like the Delta, but it doesn't move. So when water doesn't move, it like gets a thick layer of things on it.
It has a skin.
Is it a reservoir or is it just a lake? Because maybe that is the
think it's a
water
reservoir.
that they.
It's called Lake Berryessa.
All right. Well, I know that, but that doesn't mean that it's used as drinking water.
Right. It's not called Berryessa Reservoir. It's called Lake Berryessa.
Warren, is Lake Berryessa a reservoir?
Yeah. That's what makes Budweiser and Half a Heretic.
Oh, well, then maybe it's a good thing. I take it all back.
Take that skin off. It's just like the pudding. Scrape the pudding skin off. The pudding is good underneath.
Like any good pellicle, it protects what's underneath.
The water is clean below the skin.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, then I stand corrected. So we'll find out all about the water and the beer and what's going on at Berryessa Brewing today.
Silly.
All right. I do have some announcements. There's a few different things going on. It's still festival season raging, and there's different events happening all the time. The California Craft Beer Summit is back.
That's a great event.
Oh, nice. A 3-day event which features opportunities to taste, judge, pair, and experience craft beer at the Sacramento Convention Center. That's all happening September 8th through the 10th. Educational tracks include the history of beer, food and beer pairings, sip and judge lessons with Cicerone certified people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tasters, I think they're going to show you how to taste.
Oh, excellent. And then there's a little history of California's favorite beer styles. So you can do the educational tracks. There's an entire educational track dedicated to the art of homebrewing, which is cool. That was added to this year's summit, including how to go off recipe, how to start homebrewing, and how to taste different beer styles. Plus, the expo hall floor will have homebrew clubs demonstrating live. Leaders in the brewing community will be there telling stories about their days as a garage brewer, and career advisors will be teaching classes on how and when it's time to start a brewery.
When is the most important part, I think, of that.
5 years
How
ago.
I think we can, everyone scrapes through, but when?
When. That's good stuff.
Well, that's great that the Brewers Association or the California Brewers Association is reaching out to homebrewers like that. That's a major statement.
It's really cool. So we're actually going to be giving away 2 full 3-day passes later on this month on the show for the summit. And then we're going to be talking to Tom McCormick, who's the executive director, next week, to find out more about what they have to offer and the different breweries they're going to be having, because the breweries are all California breweries, right?
Yeah.
They're promoting California craft beer.
At the fest.
Yeah,
which is
that'll be interesting to see
awesome
how many more breweries they have this year versus last year, right? Because we have so many more breweries in California.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
All right, you can get tickets and take advantage of. Actually, you can't get the early bird ticket anymore. That ended.
Early bird's gone.
The early bird discount. You can't get your 25% off anymore, but you can go get your tickets. Go to, excuse me.
Don't die. Don't die, please.
Yeah.
California.
The Dead Bird special.
You can go to cacraftbeersummit.com and get festival tickets, which is just an awesome festival on the Capitol Mall. So go check it out. Also, Drake's Brewing Company. Can you believe they're about to celebrate their 27th anniversary in the business?
Wow. Amazing.
Craft beer, the industry just still seems so young to me. So when I hear about a brewery that's been around for 27 years, this is a real pioneer. This is a brewery who was there before people were really buying a lot of craft beer.
They built the whole thing. Yeah.
And I just love those guys at Drake's. I always have. It started actually. I loved their staff first. Back when we met Roger and he worked there, and I fell in love with the people. And then the beer, just over the years, has just gotten to be some of the best beer in the world. Yeah. Well, they're celebrating 27 years Friday, August 26th. It's happening down at Drake's Brewery in San Leandro. Unlimited tastings of all Drake's beers, plus alumni guest brews. Music from the Sam Chase and Girl 6, which get this, JP, is a Prince tribute band.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
Too soon.
Got to go there now. Not soon enough.
Right, not soon enough.
Not soon enough.
I thought I was being sensitive.
No, that man should have tributes before he died.
Every night. There's going to be a Prince tribute band here in Todos Santos Park on one of the Thursday concert series, too.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's one of the last ones that they're doing. That'd be pretty cool. It might be the same band. I don't know. Free shuttle from downtown San Leandro BART station that begins at 3:45. You just got to show your ticket to ride. And then unlimited non-alcoholic beverages, including cold brewed coffee.
Cold brewed coffee.
That's nice of them.
Yeah.
And then there'll be a big anniversary toast at 7:30. Food from Slow Hand Barbecue, which is the barbecue that we serve here at the Hop Grenade. We love those guys. Yeah. Docks of the Bay, Drake's Brew Kitchen, and more. Plus, they're going to be doing to-go bottle sales of aromatherapy. That's what I got mixed up too. Aromatherapy Double IPA, Unholy Alliance Sour Beer, Headzo No. 2, and more. And then a bunch of exclusive Drake's swag. So all that $35 is pre-sale, $40 at the door. There's a VIP package for $75, which gets you everything on the regular plus a 4 p.m. early bird access.
You get a T-shirt and a bottle, I think.
You do. You also get a bottle of Aromatherapy, Triple IPA, and an exclusive 27th anniversary shirt.
What's great about that is nobody makes a triple IPA anymore.
They're just IPAs?
Yeah, well, their IPAs are double IPAs.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's kind of cool. Do something special. Well, let's go one bigger than the double IPA.
Let's go back to the triple.
Right.
And then a designated driver ticket's only $10 if you want to go hang out with your friends and do the right thing. So you can go over to drinkdrakes.com and get all that information and more about their event. And by the way, I won't be in town, but you all were invited by Drake's when they sent this to me.
Oh, cool.
So I'll make sure you have the information so that you're on the list.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd go to that. Yeah.
So come see the BN down at the Drake's thing. Okay. Do your Amazon shopping on our homepage. Just click the Amazon link. When you do that, you can choose either U.S. or U.K. If you're in the U.K., you can do your Amazon shopping, too, and they'll give us a cut. It's a great way to support us. Plus, subscribe and join the BN Army. It gets you access to the More Beer monthly donation giveaway, which is $100 they're drawing every month. Get these, get none of these updates and other things over on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe Instagram, you don't know. You don't really know.
We do have an Instagram account. It's true.
That's true.
Kim Shimke takes care of that for us.
Yeah.
If you're into that whole thing. All right. Send your feedback to feedback@thebrewingnetwork.com, and that's how you get ideas to us about the show. And you can even send, I guess, guest ideas and stuff there. We'll just simplify and send it all to feedback. How
That's
about
fine.
that?
Yeah.
After all these years.
That's good.
Okay.
We figured it out. We solved the riddle of who should take care of this shit.
Send it all to feedback. And all right. Do we have a Twitter game today?
We do.
I was hoping you'd say that. The Twitter game is brought to you today by White Labs. You all know White Labs. If you don't, you've been under a rock. Well, check this out. Not just another brewery collaboration. They're doing a collaboration that puts you in charge. White Labs is asking you to help choose what beer they'll tap during special events at their San Diego and Boulder tasting rooms. Let's show those stiff style guidelines and get creative. Visit whitelabs.com/SDBW. That's for San Diego Beer Week. So whitelabs.com/SDBW. And cast your vote for style, recipe, and yeast strains that will be used in the resulting beer. Voting starts August 8th, that's today, for the style, August 15th for the recipe, and August 22nd for the yeast strain. Cast your vote and join White Labs on November 6th for a special tapping at their San Diego tasting room, or November 10th at their Boulder, Colorado tasting room. So go check it out. That's whitelabs.com/SDBW. What's our Twitter game?
Well, despite the best efforts from breweries like Russian River, beer trading sites are more popular than ever. Everyone's beer trading. Everyone's asking. I actually got messaged the other day on Instagram. If I trade bottles of I posted a photo of a Rare Barrel beer. And someone's like, bro, do you trade?
Do you trade?
No.
Bro? Like, what is it, a Pokemon card?
Yeah, what are you going to do, brah?
Okay.
So, anyway, I thought when I came here, I saw the slow clap on. I was like, well, nobody can get that in bottles.
Yeah.
What if we put that on a beer trading site?
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
But we don't want beer back.
Yeah.
We want whatever you want to give. What's a bottle of slow clap worth?
Okay.
That's the Twitter game.
What's the street value?
What's the street value?
I like it.
And it doesn't have to be dollars necessarily. It could be trade first.
Right. It could be two hair berets and a left shoe. I don't know. Whatever you want.
Whatever.
Yeah. What's a hair beret? Is that like a beret?
It's like a beret. Is it a beret or is it a beret?
Beret. A beret is a hat.
Well, okay, that too.
A hat specifically for your hair.
I would like a beret made out of hair. I thought that's what you meant. That's what a hair beret is.
Sure, let's do it. Let's do that. Let's pretend that's what I was thinking.
Just go by the beauty shop and he'll give you a whole bag of hair.
Yeah, and I could imagine
made out of Warren's beard.
Imagine a beret made out of human hair.
Yeah.
I am going to Europe next month.
You would be so skeeved out. You would never touch it.
Yeah,
you're right.
You can go to any poor district and pay someone $1 to shave their head, and you would have a whole bag of their hair.
Gross.
Wool is basically sheep hair, right?
Yes.
And that's what they make it. It's
Not
the same thing.
Not basically. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
If we do, God forbid, and rest his soul, ever chop off Beardy's beard, we should make a beret out of it.
Yeah.
We should make something out of it.
We should make a shirt out of it.
Make a fake beard out of it.
A vest.
A shirt would glue it on like it's chest hair.
What about a bikini?
Stuff them like a scarecrow.
Who would wear it?
Everybody. We take turns. It's the community. In Chechnya, we have one bikini.
Yeah. It's made of human hair.
Made from itchy beard.
One size fit all.
Made of face hair.
It's made of face hair from dead relative. Keeps growing every time relative die. Daily. Every day. All right. Where was I?
I don't know. You were in Chechnya.
That was our Twitter game, right? All right, you guys want to do some feedback? I think we got a little time for that.
Yeah.
All right. Feedbacks today is brought to you today by our good friend John over at Beer Law Center. To go to beerlawcenter.com. He can protect your trademark like he does ours. I have to send him a couple new violations today.
Oh. Really?
Oh. Yeah. Kate the Great was on Untapped yesterday searching Hop Grenade because she wanted to check in our Faction Hop Grenade beer. And she found 3 other Hop Grenade beers that have popped up recently, so got to work on that. But John takes good care of us, and he'll go take care of that too. Go to beerlawcenter.com, and he can help you. All right, I'm not even going to read the first one. I've addressed that before. All right, Matt writes in. This is a kegerator question. Hey, guys, I've been gradually building up my kegerator, which is a converted chest freezer, or keezer for JP. I think I'm the one who gets more annoyed.
Yeah, you probably are.
I appreciated him saying, I'm building up my kegerator, and then he had to ruin it with the next sentence.
Yes.
Anyway, he's got a keezer. And he says, I'm working on it when I find time and money to do so. What I've noticed, however, is that I'm getting a lot of condensation on the interior. I was checking out Homebrew Finds and found a wireless mini dehumidifier, and it provided a pretty decent explanation of their experience using the device. My question is this a normal thing to have in a kegerator to prevent condensation, or is it nothing to worry about? I would assume built-up water isn't that big a deal, but how much is okay? Love the show. Appreciate you guys. From Matt.
It's just a mold potential issue.
Yeah, it's more mold than anything. I've never had that much. I mean, how much is...
It depends on your environment. If you're in a humid area, it's going to be a lot more.
Okay,
especially with a freezer compared to a refrigerator.
Well, you're spilling little bits of beer here and there, and there's usually moisture in there just because of the nature of the beast.
Okay. Then
the ice always forms like on the coils, right? So you're losing efficiency. When like one wall, you can tell where the refrigerant works. It'll be that's what'll be covered with the with ice, is the working part.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So then, you just got to take all your kegs out, which you should do this occasionally anyway. Put some PBW in there. So, I use my sump pump, my keg cleaner thing,
just to get the water out.
Just get all the water out of there.
Yeah.
They're great.
I've used the baking soda, refrigerator fresheners to act as a humidity adjuster. It'll dry out the freezer, too.
Okay.
Cool. You may have to take it out once in a while and let it dry out.
Right, yeah. Or just get a new one. Yeah.
So anybody ever had any experience with one of these devices that, a wireless mini dehumidifier?
I've seen them. It sounds cool.
I never thought about putting an actual dehumidifier in my keezer.
Right.
I think it sounds like a good idea.
Just by moving the air, it would help a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you're right, especially if it is super humid. You're opening the thing. That also depends, too. If you're opening it a lot to access it.
The more you do that.
Like a keg collar that you build around so it's taps. That you might have a little less humidity if you do that versus if you're opening and close. Like on mine, I open and close it all the time, but we're out here in California. It's not all that humid out here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like here in the Hop Grenade keg room, if I'm still correct, you got tap water coming in and it chills as it goes through the room, right? Then that's what you have a faucet for cold water.
Oh, are you talking about how we serve water?
Yeah, how do you serve your cold water? It goes into that room, basically at street temperature, and then it cools on the way to the faucet, right?
No, we keg it. It's just a keg. It's just a keg of water.
All right.
Yeah.
Keg rooms that do that, it's like a dehumidifier.
Oh.
Yeah, it really
I should do that.
Good.
For our kegerator here.
Yeah.
It's more of a walk-in, but...
Is it humid? Do you get a lot of humidity?
I don't think so, actually.
I mean, typically, in commercial situations, they plummet to where it runs to a drain.
Yeah. Ours does that. That's true. Okay, let's move on. Giles writes in, hey, BN crew, I got to say, over the past year, the Brewing Network has been better than ever.
Yeah.
Haven't heard that.
Brewing
with Style is rocking some awesome information, especially with the format change that gets them focusing on brewing techniques for the listeners instead of sticking exclusively with styles. And Dr. Homebrew is probably my favorite show on the site.
Whoa!
Yeah. Even with Justin's absence...
Did JP write this?
Yeah, who wrote this?
Yeah, right.
That's rude.
Even with Justin's absence, I think the session has been amazing because JP is a killer host.
Stop it.
Sure, the shows with him at the helm have a different tone than when Justin's running things, but I think they're so good that JP should get his own weekly show. Maybe give him the Sunday slot and call it the Session 2.0.
No, thank you.
Okay. Also, the Chechnya bit is the funniest thing you guys have come up with in a long time. I think it might be better than the Crazy Bitch and JP's German Prince combined. I wouldn't go too crazy.
Let's Giles, stop it.
Yeah. Keep up the good work. From Giles. All right. Well, thank you for the kind words.
Which we haven't heard from Giles in a long time. He's an old school BN guy.
Yeah.
He's old school.
Yeah. All right. Dave writes in about Hop Valley. Is that a brewery name?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They just got bought, didn't they?
All right. He says, getting mixed reactions on the buyout by Big Beer. I'm on the fence. What say you brewcasters? I haven't read about this one. I'm now desensitized to the buyouts, apparently. I don't even know when they're happening.
Yeah. Right. It got by Miller Coors.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody even know who Hop Valley is in this room?
No.
I've never heard of them.
I've heard of them, but I've never had their beer.
Okay.
I've never been really exposed to it.
Do we know where they're at, where they're from? Anybody?
Hop Valley.
Yeah, I think they might even be Yakima, Washington. I think it might be that creative of a name.
I didn't pay attention.
But I don't know that for sure.
They are in Springfield, Oregon.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it. Yeah, I don't know. Look, it's happening. Why are we going to argue about it anymore?
I mean, what do we think? I don't know. You're on the fence, right? You go, well, they made money, and that's cool. Everyone should make money.
Yeah.
But then they sold to a giant beer company, which we've all built the craft beer world rallying against such giants of the industry. So it's kind of a weird catch-22 for me.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder how Miller Coors, right? Yeah. How they found this brewery. It didn't sound like I've never heard of them, and probably they hadn't.
Yeah.
I got a feeling if you're like a brewery owner and okay, what's the end game here? Maybe you want to cash in.
Just reach out.
Call them up.
I agree.
Tweet them.
I bet you a lot of people are doing that.
You mean to tweet Budweiser or Miller right now to see if they want to buy us?
Yeah.
All right.
See what we can find out. All right. Here's I don't know. This is a whole thing. I don't want to read this whole thing. Let me just read the beginning. Dear friends of the Brewing Network, I want to start by saying I enjoy the shows. I find them to be an entertaining balance of fun and education. I may be in the minority, but I find it hilarious when Justin melts down. Please don't take away this part of the show. Remember the one meltdown where everyone made fun of the girls on the hop calendar for the new sponsor? Epic material right there. You can't recreate that radio gold. That was possibly my most epic meltdown ever. That's true.
You threw something. You don't throw things very often.
Right.
But when you threw the calendar.
I did. I threw
I think you threw it at somebody.
And I left the microphone for my rant.
You did.
Usually I stay on them, but I left and screamed from the other side of the room.
Literally never been so happy that I'm in my own booth than that day.
Right. That was a good meltdown. Well, thank you. I'm glad my meltdowns are entertaining. Got to have some purpose.
That was when you were still going to the therapist, I think.
Yeah. I probably had just made a breakthrough that week or something. Yeah, or maybe it was just I was just about to. I hadn't quite gotten there. I don't know what.
You made one step forward, time for 2 steps back.
Yeah. All right. Another one about Chechnya. Dear Justin and colleagues, despite all the naysayers, please keep the Chechnyan jokes coming. I signed up as a corporal in the BN Army today.
Yes.
If the Chechnyan jokes stop, I'll have to resign. Yeah. Sincerely, a real doctor, not a dentist. Yeah. And then here is something about Chechnya. In Chechnya, we only have. This is the email, not me, not my joke. In Chechnya, we only have one communal tooth water and tooth mechanic died long ago. We also still only have one hotmail. Thanks for the laughs, Ryan. And then finally, what is planty? Plant. Is this about Robert Plant? Did he spell it wrong?
Yeah.
Or Beaver Plant? What's his name?
Beaver Plant. I think is what it is, yeah. He named his son after the thing he loves.
Yes. I would love that. He's like, call him Beaver. I love him so much. Okay, he writes in, the guy from Beaver Dog is some other guy's son. Big fucking deal. Knowing that probably would have made me think less of him, like he was a leg up on the competition. I'm happier not knowing that fact. I'm going to drink more to forget. Thanks, Justin. So, again, about the debate about Beaver Plant.
The great debate.
The great
of
debate.
2016.
Yeah, our shining moment, the great debate. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Berryessa Brewing Company. We're going to try their beer here in the studio. I think you can try it outside of the studio, too, if you come down to the Hop Grenade. And we'll learn all about Berryessa Brewing. Hang in there. It's The Session. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Brewcasters. On the Brewing Network. The Vault, created by White Labs. The Vault is a collection of new, creative, and unique yeast strains from around the world. These strains have never been available to homebrewers. Most have not even been available to professionals. You have the power to release the yeast. Through The Vault, White Labs is giving you the power to decide which strains are put into production and giving you the opportunity to brew with these strains. Visit whitelabs.com/The Vault and pre-order the yeast strain of your choice and encourage your friends to do the same. Once 250 pre-orders have been achieved, White Labs will put that strain into production. The strain will be mailed directly to your doorstep, ready to make the beer you've always wanted to brew. This program was created with the homebrewer in mind. White Labs is relying on you to help release these strains, which may blaze the way for future new and unique beers. Help release the yeast. Visit whitelabs.com/The Vault.
The 21st Amendment. Watch out! Do you like beer? They make beer. Watch out! Do you like friends and fun? They make friends and fun. Watch out! Do you still like to have a good time? The 21st Amendment. Watch out!
The 21st Amendment in San Francisco, located at 563 2nd Street, 2 blocks from the building where baseball is seen and played. Try their beers in the pub or try them in the can, featuring
Monk's Blood.
Made with real monk.
Watch out!
So why not have the best time of your life? Go to the 21A and Sean O'Sullivan will personally greet you with a can of
Monk's Blood. The 21st Amendment.
Watch out! This advertisement is not in any way affiliated nor associated with the 21st Amendment Bar and Pub, nor its subsidiaries or affiliates. This telecast is not copywritten by the 21st Amendment for the private use of the Brewing Network. Any use of this telecast without Jamil Zainashev's consent is prohibited. Suck it, JP.
Brewing great beer is a process of continuous learning, and the best books on every aspect of brewing can be found at Brewers Publications, with more than 50 awesome titles like Modern Homebrew Recipes by Gordon Strong, Designing Great Beers, the Ultimate Guide to Brewing Classic Beer Styles by Ray Daniels, American Sour Beers, Innovative Techniques for Mixed Fermentations by Michael Tonsmeyer, For the Love of Hops, The Practical Guide to Aroma, Bitterness, and the Culture of Hops by Stan Hieronymus, and Radical Brewing, Recipes, Tales, and World-Altering Meditations in a Glass by Randy Mosher, plus many, many more. These are the books and the authors with the knowledge to push your brewing farther than you thought possible. And you'll find them all at fine homebrew and book retailers everywhere. And visit the website at brewerspublications.com. Brewers Publications, all the best on beer and brewing.
Since the first time the Brewing Network microphones turned on, More Beer was behind it.
More Beer sponsors the programming on the BN because, like you, they love brewing. And like the Brewing Network, they love sharing their knowledge. Morebeer.com isn't just a website to place your next equipment or ingredient order. Morebeer.com also gives you access to free beer information that will make you a better brewer. Go to morebeer.com and click into the Learning Center. You'll find podcasts, technical facts, video tutorials, and more, including access to The Buzz, More Beer's social network of more than 5,000 members. And some of them might even be crazier about beer than you are. Get over to morebeer.com today and take advantage of The Buzz, the forum, the Learning Center, and make sure you're signed up to receive the newest More Beer catalog. More Beer, bringing you absolutely everything for beer making.
Marin Brewing Company in Northern California has been making award-winning beers for more than 25 freaking years. Today, I want to tell you about their new 12-ounce cans of Mount Tam Pale Ale. The good stuff. Mount Tam is bright gold, 5.5% ABV to keep you feeling good, and has been winning awards since 1989. If you're visiting the Bay Area, get your butt out to Marin Brewing Company. They pour tasty beers and serve great food every day until midnight. Come in for a tour, stay for the food, and pick up a 6-pack of cans of Mount Tam Pale Ale to enjoy at home, camping, biking, or whatever the hell you do. Owner Brendan Moylan has this to say about Marin Brewing beers. It's freaking awesome. Marin Brewing has won more than 100 gold medals in international competitions. Check out marinbrewing.com for all their award-winning beers, food, and merch. Marin Brewing Company in Larkspur, California. Award-winning taste, refreshing finish. It's freaking awesome.
Brewcasters are back. It ain't 401 beer.
Whatever.
All right, welcome back to the program. Don't forget about our friends over at Great Fermentations. GreatFermentations.com. It's a great homebrew shop. You can go check them out. They've got the largest catalog of Blickman products on the web, provide same-day shipping on some of the main items, and a lot of other vendors can take up to 3 weeks on that. Their staff is the best trained using Blickman products and offer top-notch customer service. Be sure to like them on Facebook. That's GR8 Fermentation. So Facebook, GR8 Fermentation. Also Twitter and Instagram. Go to greatfermentations.com right now. Check them out. So, as promised, we've got Berryessa Brewing Company in the studio with us today. We're speaking with Chris Miller and Doug Walker. Chris is the co-founder and brewmaster, and Doug Walker does all the work. He does everything. He does everything else.
That's a fair assessment.
Right? I know that Doug is a sales director, but in every small company and small brewery, everyone does a little bit of everything. So, how long's Berryessa Brewing been around, guys? Go ahead, Chris.
About 5 years.
5 years now. Yep. Okay. And what did you do before that, Chris?
Make beer.
You were a brewer?
Yeah.
Just for other people?
Pretty much.
Okay. Where have you brewed at?
Brewed at a place in Washington State, in Seattle, called Pacific Rim Brewing Company.
I know the place. I think.
Yeah.
Great movie.
I think you're standing
Pacific
on it.
Rim.
Great movie. Underrated movie. Pacific Rim.
Really?
Was Rihanna in that one?
What's that?
Was that Rihanna?
It was.
Or The Rock.
No, that was the Transformers one, or the Battleship.
Oh.
Yeah, this is with Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh.
Yeah, basically like
I know.
Evangelion
and
movie.
He was in like the robot suit?
Yeah, great movie. Fantastic movie. Amazing
Not
movie.
very good.
I don't know about the beer, but the movie was amazing.
All right. Yeah, how was the brewery?
Production brewery, Seattle. Been there, done that.
Okay.
Seattle. They're no longer in business.
Oh, I see.
Man Bun Central.
They made the mistake of not contracting hops when they realized that they needed to have.
Oh, no.
And that was the beginning of the hop crisis.
So they went out of business literally because of a supply problem.
Yep.
Oh. I have not heard that on this show before.
Never heard it.
And I've always thought there's no fucking way everyone can get all the ingredients they need, or that they that they screw up. That's something I envision me screwing up. Like I forgot to order the thing.
Yeah. Well, with you, it'll probably be like
the most important thing.
It's fine. We'll be fine. We'll be okay.
We'll be all right.
I don't believe this.
I'll make it happen.
It'll all shake out.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
I don't know how many beers you can make with Argentinian Argentinian Cascades. You can only split those so many ways.
Pacific Rim knows how many beers you can make with that.
Well, right now it's 0.
Right, well, that's a shame.
That's too bad.
But whatever. So, where are you from? Are you from Washington?
Seattle.
You're from Seattle.
Yeah, I'm Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle proper.
How did the Berryessa idea location come up? But let's let the listeners who don't know Northern California very well. Where is Berryessa? What is it? It's a lake, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think it's a lake. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, sometimes it looks like a lake.
It's still a lake.
Okay.
I think.
30 miles west of Sacramento, and we're basically right in the middle of the Bay Area in Sacramento. So everyone assumes we're a Sacramento brewery, but we're almost as close to the Bay Area. So we're right in the middle.
Okay.
We're like centrally unlocated.
Yeah, we tell people UC Davis. So if you go back roads from UC Davis, you'll run into the brewery.
Got it. And so is it right next to the lake? Because that doesn't sound like next to the lake to me.
It's about 10 miles below the dam.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's pretty damn close.
It's close. All right.
Pretty damn nice.
So
that was a good one.
Thanks.
I was in here thinking that was nice.
That was Logan that said that, by the way.
Look,
it's a beer name.
If Bevo approves your joke, this is a bad idea.
They're so dad. If I approve them, like
Logan's hilarious.
She gets family circus.
Bevo's been calling every guest Logan.
His name's
for the
not
last,
really Logan.
Did you call other people Logan too? Now I feel insulted.
You are the only one Logan.
It's just
okay, good.
It's
Thank
just
you.
Dogan here that you've been calling Logan.
That's your real name.
So why Berryessa? How did you end up there opening a brewery?
A good friend of me and our partners grows wine grapes up in Washington State, and our partner is he grows wine grapes, and he does a lot of rootstock and budwood and everything. So it's pretty popular thing for wine grapes. So he ended up. We just hooked up a mutual friend and thought we'd check it out. We were already kind of going to build a brewery up in Washington State.
Okay,
but we were just kind of looking for some help.
Got it, and some cash.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I mean, that's what everybody look.
Help in the cash form.
And a hug.
Why, yeah,
green help.
Right, yeah.
Does anybody get a partner because they're like, I just don't really want to go it alone?
I need a friend.
No, it's always that you have, like, you need cash. Right. So, not that it won't be like a good partnership. I don't mean that. And not that they don't have other things to add to the business.
No, but it's true.
I just mean anybody who says, no, it's because we were friends.
Right. Nobody ever goes, I'm a fantastic manager, but I can't do shit. Like, I won't do anything, but I'll tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Great, because I love being told what to do. Amazing work. We should simpatico.
That's why you go into business for yourself.
Right.
Because you like being told what to do.
Yeah. All right, so you ended up on a good team then to make it happen. And did you build a brand new brewery, or did you go find equipment?
Yeah, no, we found we had our spot, and then we basically purchased all the equipment through Premier Stainless.
Okay. So brand new system.
We just purchased the whole system. We've been dealing with them.
Santa Rosa?
Yeah.
Right?
No, San Diego.
San Diego.
And we've been dealing with them like every year since we've opened constantly. They pretty much are like, hey, Chris, how's it going? More tanks.
What do you need?
Yeah, it's like, hey, I need another solenoid. They're like, oh, there's other companies for that, but I still call them because we deal with Premier Stainless and we love them. And that's not a plug.
What size brewery did you buy?
A 20.
Okay. So you went pretty large to start.
Yeah.
Okay. And a bottling line to boot, or what did you do?
No, we're working on a canning line right now. It's going to be probably delivered, hopefully, in the next few days.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Why'd you choose cans?
Because I like cans.
Everyone likes cans.
Yeah.
I asked that, when the can thing started, it was a dumb question to ask because everyone was like, can, that's the next thing. But recently, people have been saying, well, maybe not cans. Why does it have to be cans?
Well, it's also because we're that close to the lake. We take those cans with them, we crush them up, and we're good.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, we pack them in and crush them twice.
And then throw them in the lake.
That's right.
And then throw them.
We'll fish them.
Right, yeah.
No, we use them for the lures. For catching
Drag them behind the boat.
Bucket-mouth bass.
Nice. So up until now, have you been keg only? Or did you
our
have...
tap room gobbles up, at least 60% of the beers.
Whoa.
And, about 50 now?
Not even. Doug's saying,
less impressive.
no.
Well, whatever Doug said.
Now that Doug's out selling the beer.
Well, we have a solid crew now. We've grown a lot over the last 2 years. Since I've been there a little over 2 years now. And
okay.
It used to be split up about a third tap room, Sacramento, San Francisco. But we've grown so much. The beer's going from as north as Sebastopol, as east as Vermont, and now we're going down to I don't know, Livermore, all that stuff. I mean, we're just growing all over, and the beer is just getting spread out. Actually, we're going to Santa Cruz tomorrow. We're starting to do that stuff.
Oh, that's good.
Santa Cruz and San Jose and.
Vermont to Santa Cruz.
Yeah, right.
That's
and
weird...
nothing in the middle.
Yeah, you just got to
How does that happen to breweries? Because we hear this all the time. They go, like, you're in a local area, and we're in New Hampshire. Did someone just call you and give you a good deal?
No, it's not like that at all. You want this?
No, go over.
You couldn't clarify your IPA?
So
so we're sending them all there.
That's pretty good.
That's where we're sending them all.
That was a good joke.
See, Bevo didn't laugh at that one.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, if she's on your side, you screwed up.
No, so somebody we deal with out of Livermore was starting a new tap room out there, and they were trying to get some of who they consider make some of the better beer around here out there. And we said, okay, as long as you can take care of the beer and ensure that it's cold stored and shipped, we can do it.
Okay.
And they have their own cooperage, and it's pretty easy.
Do you have to sign up with a distributor in that state then to do that? No.
They are.
He is a distributor in both states.
Exactly.
So that, was it a tap house or something, or a bar?
Tap 25.
Yeah, Tap 25.
So they just got themselves a distributor license.
Well, there's another Tap 25 in Vermont.
Yeah.
And it's the same people. So they're just going from...
So,
but what I'm asking is how they import the beer.
They know a guy.
They drive it themselves.
Yeah.
They have their own truck.
Yeah.
And that's
coast to coast, yes.
And they don't have to be a distributor to do that.
No,
they're just going business to business.
Or do they?
No. So there's an importing company and a distributor involved, and they just hooked us up with that person.
Yeah. That's what I'm asking.
They came to the brewery, and
they're the middleman.
So they're a middleman.
Exactly.
You're not really dealing directly with
exactly.
They kind of came to us and wanted to kind of take the beer over there, and we I kind of squirmed a little bit because I want the beer as local as possible.
Yeah.
Because we don't really have enough to send over there, but they sent us kegs, kind of talked to us a little bit, and the beer would be legit, cold, ready to rock.
And it's not a huge shipment.
It's not a lot. It's just
we're peppering it out there.
Okay.
And if it turns out it's just not working out, it just doesn't work out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that easy.
I'm asking this because I hear this happen, but also, if the Hop Grenade wants to open locations in other states, we have so many connections with great breweries, but that might not distribute in those states. And I always think, well, how do I get the beer? Because they're all going to tell me no. I always think the brewery's going to say, no, I don't have a distributor, so I can't do it.
Just do it under the table like everyone else does and put it in your car and don't tell anyone.
I'm fine with that. I'll be driving my RV back and forth anyway.
And then you'll be on Untapped and you'll see it's in Portland and go, where the hell did that come from?
I lost a keg along the way, guys.
Yeah.
I was at Sassy's too long, and it got stolen out of the back of my truck.
I didn't have enough $1 bills.
Right. I sold the keg. I hope that really happened. Yeah. Here's my promise to brewers. Listen, I will keep that keg cold. I will take care of it. It will get drank fast. I may also sell it, though, at the strip club if I run out of money. Just full disclosure. That's my contract.
Just make sure someone at Sassy's drinks it that works there.
And sends a keg back or something. Right.
I feel like Sassy's take care of their shells.
Yes.
The keg shells. They would. Come on.
They take care of everything at Sassy.
They treat their employees well.
Yeah.
Great benefits. Great benefits at Sassy's.
Absolutely. I want to go get a job there myself.
You bust one of these beers open?
Go for it.
Yeah. So,
which one are we going to do?
What do you want to
Let's
crack up?
start with the Mexican lager, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So what's this called? La Fuerza?
La Fuerza.
La Fuerza. All right. And why a Mexican lager? Is that a new trend?
Actually, an Aztec lager, by the way.
What the fuck?
What?
So it's extinct already. You're making for people who don't exist.
Right. The can's empty.
What makes it an Aztec lager? And if this ends up a new BJCP style guy,
I hope it does.
Right? What makes it an Aztec lager?
Tell him what makes it an Aztec lager.
Is there chocolate in it?
Chris won't answer now.
Heart of my enemies.
Probably just corn.
Well, we have like an authentic Mayan working for us, and we were kind of working on the names. And
I swear to God, he's not joking.
No, we should have brought him.
Like he's from the past.
He's
time traveler.
The only Juan Kenobi.
He's from the Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah,
and he's really Mayan.
Oh wow.
Okay, all right.
And so he educated when I wanted to call it we were working on the names. And I was like, La Fuerza. They called it La Fuerza Borracho.
Star Wars was coming out. I like that.
And I was like, yeah, cool. Well, we shed the Borracha, and we just kept it with the Force.
Because
that was like closer to the original name that we were kind of pecking around.
Okay.
And then I was like, let's just call it like a Mayan lager. Like,
yeah.
No, call it Aztec lager.
Okay.
So he helped us, and it's authentic and delicious.
Got it.
So so there's a Mayan and it's an Aztec lager. So I don't know.
So what the?
Yeah.
Right. Still confused.
Yeah. So everyone asked me, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to answer that.
That's the mysterious. The mysteriousness of the Aztec/Mayan.
Yeah. Watch it disappear.
It's a Vienna with a good percentage of corn.
Oh, that's interesting. So I was going to comment on the color because it's a little darker than I would have expected. So you went Vienna lager, meaning the malt bill is just like a Vienna, but with corn.
Yeah, so the malt bill is a Weirmann Pilsner malt, and so I think I'd have to get the numbers in front of me, but it's... Yeah, and there's Pilsner malt, Vienna malt, and it's almost 50-50.
Okay.
And then we use a small percentage, well, it's like 3 or 4% corn, and then we use a kiss of chocolate rye.
I see. What's the chocolate rye for? Is that just color, or do you get taste?
I think it's just such a small amount that it kind of adds just a small thing that I can't really put my finger on, but I really like that in certain malty lagers.
Okay.
It's more texture than...
Just enough. I mean, you wouldn't taste it.
No, I have no idea.
There's like, yeah, I can totally pull the chocolate rye. I taste it probably.
I can't.
Out, but
I would say that, but I don't want to embarrass anybody else.
Yeah.
Thank you. If I can't taste it, what's it doing in there?
Well, it's just giving you a kiss.
Oh, okay.
Who doesn't like that?
Look,
you just got mouth kiss right now with chocolate.
Just think of it as a low hug, Tasty. It's a little...
Tasty doesn't kiss unless there's 2 tongues involved. Or 1.
Neither of them are his.
No.
But it's more of a ceremonial.
No, it's gross. Kind of just kind of
the beer or the hug?
All of it. No, I think I just have peppered that in just because I feel like it kind of just does it.
It's like your secret weapon.
That's the beer, yeah. So.
I like the corn flavor.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's
very
flake corn, right?
It's very nice.
Flaked, yeah. It's from Breeze.
You think like a lot of corn. You think of like the Coors and Bud, like an adjunct, like it's just not going to be there. But the character is very, very pleasant, especially with all that Vienna malt on the back too.
And that's part of the name too, the Force. Because we're always fighting the enemy.
True.
And I really like that style of beer, but I feel like it's just kind of been gobbled up by the big dudes, and it's kind of cute and fun for us to be able to kind of play around with it and have it be our favorite beer at the brewery.
Yeah. I love the body of the beer too. Yeah. It's not too thin at all, and it almost seems like the corn helped dry it out or something, or not just dry it out, but so I really like Vienna lagers, but sometimes they're a little sweet. Even our slow clap is a little sweet here.
Yes, a little bit. Yeah.
This doesn't have that, and I wonder if that's the corn helping it ferment. Because if it's still 50% Vienna malt, though,
there's like a toasty note going on. Maybe it's some of the chocolate rye that I'm totally picking out. No one else can.
You got it.
But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
No, the dryness is a Berryessa combination thing.
Yeah,
all their beers are dry.
We just like drier beers. We're in a dry environment, and I feel like if we're having a big malty sweet beer, it kind of makes my teeth want to fall. I don't have the right dentist for that.
It's interesting because the corn gives a little perception of sweetness, though.
You get it in the middle, but then it finishes dry.
Yeah.
Start looking for it, but
I think mash temps has a lot to do with that, and just kind of focusing on fermentation and mash temps and all of it. I think just lagering it for 8 weeks and all that.
So. What's your mash temp?
Why you ask me that? 164.
Tell him in Mayan.
We're at $1.50, man. Our $1.50 is our kind of our number.
Pretty much for everything you're saying?
No, we
but
fluctuate.
For this beer. Okay.
Yeah, for that beer. And if it's within a little bit here and there, it's fine. But it's pretty damn well 150.
What's the terminal gravity? How dry do you get it with 150?
Why you gotta ask me that?
I don't have to.
No, I'm just kidding. It's about two Plato.
Okay.
And sometimes it dips down to 1.9, and then I squirm a little bit, and then I still drink it, and it's delicious.
Then why squirm?
Yeah, I don't squirm. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Just saying it to be cute on TV.
Think about that.
What does 150 do as opposed to something like 154 or 156? Like, what happens at 150?
Well, like I said, anything 55 and over, depending on what we're talking about.
That never happened in your brewery, yeah.
I don't even think we have those numbers. He's like, I tried to get it up there. I'm like, I know.
It cuts out after 151. He's a governor.
Yeah. No, we just like drier beers, and I feel like it just creates more unfermentable sugars the higher you get. I feel like I really like fermenting things, and I really like getting it down there. We're in California. I like drier beers. It's more palatable.
Okay.
Unless you're just starting to learn about the beers. But we have a lot of beers that we dry out that people can still to learn.
Yeah.
I can make a case for having more balanced beers, but other breweries make those. I'm just glad when I see a Berryessa on the board, I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to dry beer.
That's a good point. Like just knowing that you can go to a brewery for this character or that character. Because sometimes I want a hoppy beer, sometimes I want a dry beer.
I don't want him making beers that taste like another brewery's beers. I can get those from them.
Yeah.
He does his own thing.
I like having a signature like that.
Yeah, if you're going to have a house flavor, dry is a pretty good one.
Attenuation.
Yeah, attenuation.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Cheers to that. Just good, clean beer. I mean, we're huge fans and advocates.
There's a lot of breweries out there that their house flavor is not dry beer.
Right. Yeah.
There's too many out there.
I avoid those breweries.
Yeah.
Well,
What's the house consensus? Do we like more dry or do we not?
More dry.
Almost dry.
Almost without exception on my part.
But we're really, really trying to balance them. I mean, it's like we almost dry them out to balance them. I mean, because a lot of the beers, I mean, it can go either way, especially with like IPAs nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm starting to I don't know, not a lot, but I've gobbled up a few kind of sweeter, maltier IPAs.
No, not every brewery can do it. I think they're actually trying to make them dry. They're just not succeeding.
They should have that same button that we got with the 150.
The 150 button.
You got to break the.
You like try that shit.
I think if you just Sharpie out the other numbers, you never hit them.
No, it's just right above cold water.
That's what I did.
And each brewery has a slightly different balance for where the thermometer is in the mash tun and everything else affects the reading. And so 150 at your brewery will be different at 150 at another brewery.
Yeah, that's why I got two probes. I got one in one area and one in the other. Just so
you
we
got
can
some
get
DP going on at your brewery.
some double probes.
I always order the 2-probe DVD also.
You have to. It's my favorite category.
Yeah. What's the yeast that you chose for this beer?
Oh, man. I can't remember.
Wild Berryessa
Sounds like, it kind of reminds me of something in California. It's 00.
You used to
not 0. It's 001. It's just
really?
Labs, yeah.
But you lager it with 001.
We ferment all. Oh no, this is God.
So you're a liar.
Sorry, we're talking about the Forza. We're talking about. So we were using.
You could lager the.
No, so we're using the SF. We're using SF lager. Yeast.
Okay.
And we're using white yeast. White Labs.
White Labs.
Yeah, 25. I'm not good with numbers. Yeah, the steam yeast, and we're using it with the Common Sense, but we fermented a lot hotter, warmer. And then this one we drop down. It's way down. 50,
well, it's a hybrid
around
yeast. You can do both.
Yeah, I can do both.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So it came out great. I like. How long have you been making this beer?
Since the end of SAC Beer Week.
Yeah, we've been rocking it. Pretty
People
heavily.
love it.
It's one of the best.
We brew it like twice, like basically once or twice a week. Since SAC
it was
Beer Week.
supposed to be a one-time thing, and we just.
That's what happens. Stopped. So I tried to. So the boss gets bored and does an R&D beer, and that's what we came up with. And then we've just been kind of cranking it. Since,
I bet.
So, and I really that was a fun one.
When it's hot as fuck out there,
it's hot
so
as shit,
that's a nice.
That's a lot more beer.
It's a great lake beer.
What's the ABV?
5.
Yeah, it's very drinkable.
Is it a better lake beer or a better reservoir?
I think it's better.
No, there's a creek.
It's reservoir.
It's a creek beer.
Never drink a creek beer.
Never.
Right. Let me.
Never drink a Greek.
Where's your water from? Is it from Berryessa?
No,
it's not.
It's actually not.
Nestle.
It's the Heretic.
It's Nestle stealing
it's
it
from
from his
Flint.
water? Is that what?
It's Flint water.
I see.
I don't. The water is not coming from the Berryessa. It's coming from a couple different reservoirs up there. But my water actually comes from a well. So it doesn't come from any of those places.
I've heard that's a difficult thing to deal with.
It is
water.
difficult. We work on it a lot, and the guy, his name is Nate. He's not here. I wish he was because he's driving from Slow. No, he's just a science dude, and we're breaking up the water. Yeah, he's one.
That's better than being a well guy. No one wants to be.
No,
that
he's
guy.
not a well guy, but we're pretty on the water.
He's a swell guy, but
he's not.
a well guy.
So we treat.
That was a good one.
We treat.
I knew you would like that. I knew you. I did that for you, B-Lo.
Careful.
Yeah. Thank you, Logan.
You're welcome. Way to go, Logan.
It's Dogan.
So we treat the water. We treat the water, and then we blend well water back for our minerals. So there's kind of a science to it, and then I tell them to stop pestering it. And because that's what we're doing. Because we treat 90% or 100% of the water, and then pepper in cold water back to blend from the well. So it's really
okay. So you're still using a combination.
Yeah, so there's all sorts of terroir in our beer.
Your hot liquor tank is full of RO water, and then
our cold liquor tank's full of
cold
RO.
liquor's RO.
Yeah, and then we run it back and it goes into hot liquor.
You do your blend there.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you took I've never done this before. I don't know why. If you took RO water from your well, you took well water, you run it through the RO.
Yeah.
And you took Berryessa water. This is just an example. Berryessa water, and you ran it through the RO. If I tasted and smelled those 2 glasses of water, would they taste and smell identical? They get that clean with RO?
That's a good question. But I know that we take our hard water, and this could be an example. I don't know. It might help the answer. But we take the water's about 550, and it fluctuates in between 550 and 580 ppm.
Okay.
And we strip it down to about 25 or 30 ppm, and then we're blending hard water back.
Got it.
That's kind of how it's rocking.
So it's not down to 0.
No, because I don't think that place lets that. I don't even think there's a machine. There's probably a machine to do that, but it's like something that would just.
That's at NASA.
Yeah, but it's pretty much killing. It's killing our $15,000 RO. We're constantly
just to get it down to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's hard water.
Yeah.
Now, do you use the RO? Puts out a lot of wastewater. Do you have a use for that?
Yeah, we pump that into it's another dry well.
Oh, another dry well.
That, yeah, we actually use that for. I mean, that just goes back to the farm.
I got you.
So.
Excellent.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Go back to the water table.
How much? What's the GPM on your RO system? How much water do you make in a minute?
33 miles a gallon.
Or in a
78 RPM. No,
how long do you fill it up?
No, I think it's 7 or 8 gallons a minute.
Oh, that's pretty quick.
It is pretty quick.
Nice.
Yeah, and we have, it just kind of cruises, and it's on all the time.
Yeah.
So, I walk in, that's the first thing I do, cold liquor. It's like, all right, we better get out the bellow.
Yeah.
Wow. But it's cool. No, we were on top of it, and we were aware that it could potentially be an issue, but we're on top of it.
And different water for every beer, or a different blend of the water?
No, we're it's our terroir water, man. We're just kind of cranking it, doing the same thing.
Okay.
But it kind of fluctuates because, we got session beers that have so much grain, take so much time to get in there. So, there's a fluctuation due to, grain going into the mash and, the time that it's exposed,
Okay. All right. Well, it's working for this beer.
Thanks.
Yeah, this beer's fantastic. Yeah. Well, why don't we do this? We're going to try some more beer. I got to take a break, though, first. So I think you guys brought us a few different beers to try today.
Yeah, we brought a bunch.
All right. So here's what we'll do. We'll take a break. We'll pour some more beer in here. If you got questions, 888-401-BEER, 888-401-BEER, or you can join Bevo in the chat room, and you can ask us questions that way. Hang in there. It's The Session. We're talking to Berryessa Brewing Company right now. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Brewcasters. On the Brewing Network.
Are you looking for a simple brewing system that's great for all grain brewing, but everything on the market seems to be full of compromises? Blickman Engineering has the answer. The Blickman Brew Easy All Grain Brewing System. The Brew Easy is a complete system with easy upgrades and a beautiful compact design, perfect for any size brewing location. At its core, the Brew Easy is built on 2 gorgeous Blickman Boilermaker brew kettles, a high-temperature March pump, and either a top-tier gas burner or the new Boil Coil electric heater. The Brew Easy adapter lid allows the pots to stack on top of each other, forming an efficient, strong, and compact brewing setup that comes in 5, 10, and 20-gallon batch sizes. Upgrade your Brew Easy system with full automated control by adding a Blickman Tower of Power temp controller, and make moving around easy with the Blickman Kettle Cart. The Brew Easy is modular. If you already own a Boilermaker kettle, you can build your Brew Easy by purchasing just the modules you need. The new Brew Easy all-grain brewing system. See it today at BlickmanEngineering.com and brew with Blickman quality on your new Brew Easy. Do you know the 3 most important rules in brewing? Sanitation, sanitation, and sanitation. And no one does it better than 5-Star Chemicals. 5-Star knows sanitation. You can only sanitize clean equipment. And 5-Star knows how to clean, too. For craft brewers and home brewers, 5-Star has what you need to keep your fermenters, serving tanks, kegs, and draft lines sparkling and free of any beer-spoiling bacteria. PBW, caustic, acid cleaners, Star San, Santa clean, lubricants and defoamers, pH stabilizers, and more. 5-Star Chemicals has cleaning supplies, safety supplies, heat exchangers, pumps, hoses, and valves. And 5-Star is proud to offer eco-friendly products that exceed customer expectations. If you have a cleaning problem, you need the 5-Star solution. Visit 5starchemicals.com or call 800-782-7019. 800-782-7019 and get the 5-Star treatment today.
That's it. I've had it. I am never putting hops in my beer again.
What? Why?
It's just too ridiculous. Insane prices, stupid contracts, high shipping costs, crappy selection.
Dude, you need Nico Brew.
Nico Brew will rock your f***ing face right the f*** off your f***ing skull. $5 shipping to all 50 states. Plus fantastic international rates get you low prices on Nico Brew's great selection of hops and more. Whether you're a home brewer, a pro brewer, or a homebrew shop owner, Nico Brew can get you the hops you need in increments big and small. Single orders, spot buys, or full contracts. And there's only one place to join the uber special secret elite bare bones club where you'll get the best deals anywhere.
Holy shit.
NicoBrew.com. NIKOBREW. Nico Brew, your bare bones buddy in the brewing business.
If you work in retail sales, the restaurant industry, or are a new craft beer enthusiast, or you know someone who is, you have got to check out Beer 101. Beer 101 is an online course created for anyone wanting a quick introduction to the vast world of craft beer. Beer 101 covers the history of beer, brewing ingredients and processes, vital stats like ABV, SRM, IBU, and gravity, styles, tasting, glassware, and pairing beer with food. The Beer 101 course is offered by the Brewers Association at craftbeer.com. Also home to the truly awesome Beer Style Finder, a visual guide to every beer style. Quickly play with color, bitterness, and alcohol content to interactively explore the entire world of beer styles with a gorgeously designed interface to your favorite beverage. The new Beer 101 course and new Beer Style Finder are only available at craftbeer.com. Craftbeer.com, celebrating the best of American beer.
Williams Brewing is your online resource for prompt delivery of quality home brewing supplies. Since 1979, Williams Brewing has offered the finest equipment and the freshest ingredients, backed by the best customer service in the business. Do you like to mash using efficient fly sparging, but would like an easy way to heat your strike and sparge water? Enter the new Brewer's Edge electric mash water heater, a plug-in, anywhere, precisely controlled heater for strike and sparge water. Ditch the fumes and second burner and make mashing easy. Go to williamsbrewing.com today and browse their vast selection. That's williamsbrewing.com. Orders placed by 4 p.m. Pacific Time weekdays ship the same day. Brewing is easy the Williams way.
Tuned into this session.
Because life's too short to listen to crappy radio.
Welcome back. Thanks for hanging out with us. We got Berryessa Brewing Company in the studio. I also wanted to remind you about your AHA membership. Go and join the American Homebrewers Association. And, you know, when you do, you get great member deals. AHA members enjoy discounts at well over 1,400 participating breweries, pubs, beer bars, and homebrew supply shops. And there's a handy deal finder and map over on homebrewersassociation.org. It's a pretty sweet benefit. You can basically pay for your membership with how much you save on beer, food, and supplies, which is a good deal. So check it out. Go to homebrewersassociation.org or just click the AHA link on our homepage.
Yeah, can I just ask for a point of clarification with the last thing? So you can find deals on handies?
No. I don't think so.
Oh.
If that's a new... I'm not on the governing committee anymore.
How much is that? How much is that?
Where on earth did you get handies out of what he just said?
Well, you can get a handy deal finder.
There's a handy deal finder.
There's no comma there.
It doesn't need that.
It doesn't. It works either way.
Handy.
The beauty of the English language.
Right.
It's either a handy deal finder.
You mean an old-fashioned?
Or a handy deal finder.
Right.
I prefer the former.
There's no liability. There's connecting two people together.
Literally.
I'm going to go sign up for my lifetime membership right now. You just
I think that's an app I can deal with.
Yeah, we should make one. It's like Uber, but for hand jobs.
Exactly.
Right.
It's called handy.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's called under.
It's surge
because it's under the
Please
table.
accept surge pricing right now.
It's kind of like Lyft, but not really.
Can you Uber pool on that one?
Lyft is already a great name for the handy app.
That is.
Okay, I kind of think that was a great joke, too.
Rise. Click the AHA link on our homepage. Okay. So, hang on, let me download the Rise app right now.
Hold on, let me program that.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Berryessa Brewing Company in the studio. If you want to go check out more information on them on the web, you can go to berryessabrewingco.com. And they got a list of their beers there, and there's an About page.
Fancy website, huh?
I always like looking on the About page and see what bullshit people write here. Let's see. Chris Miller, our award-winning brewmaster, takes his craft seriously. His passion appears in the beers he brews. Chris is said to introduce a brewing style that strikes a balance between the new, the experimental, and the familiar. Yeah.
Oh, I like the familiar.
That was nice.
Because it's like beer. I know it's beer, but there's a whole different fashion.
I think that captures Chris right there. Did you write that yourself?
No. The marketing wife.
I'll tell you who wrote that. James Schwab from the Northern California Brew Blog. That was a
boom.
He knows you.
Quote.
I didn't know it was a quote because you didn't say quote.
Yeah.
You got to put
That's
the air
plagiarism.
quotes. That's not even his real name.
That's
Anyway,
plagiarism.
so.
You and Maria Trump. Fucking plagiarizing all up in here.
Maria, that's her name.
Mariah? Marova?
Malia?
Mariva.
No. It's Melania.
Melania.
Malaria.
Way to go. Malaria. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Yeah.
That's malarious.
No,
Malaria and Dogan.
It's Jobin.
Jobin. Mm-hmm.
It's not even a real name.
That's a real name.
All right, go to berryessabrewingco.com and check it out. All right, the beer in our glass now is even better than the last one.
Yes,
right?
I agree.
What's this beer called and what is it?
Yes, different. Very different.
What are we looking at?
Black Saison.
All right, so we're looking at the Black Saison.
All right. Does it have a name other than that?
No, we're kind of, when we try new things in certain veins, we really try to stick to...
just on the nose.
Yeah, like when, I don't know, man. If I'm going to do like a Black Saison, I don't want to confuse people with a name.
It's actually called Belgian Dark.
Yeah, we're just educating. We're just
it tastes like
educating people.
Like a Belgian Dark without all the alcohol.
Yeah.
I think it's a good move. You don't want to muddle the market.
No, like our Baltic Porter, people are like, oh, you don't put a cool name on it. I was like, well, because I want people to know it's a Baltic Porter.
Yeah, well, because it's a style not really a lot of people brew.
No, that's why the beers, I think that we don't put a fancy, cute name on, are beers that we really want people to know what the style should, we think it should taste like.
Yeah. Along.
I like it.
Now, this beer doesn't have the phenols that I typically expect in a Saison. How did you
It's a blend.
that?
It's a blend of probably about 6 different yeasts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I kind of have a blend sitting at White Labs right now that's kind of it's a little bit of a pile.
One that you put together with them?
Yeah,
okay.
And I ran it like about 20 gens in Washington State and then kind of banked it, and then that's what it is.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So when you bank
is it pretty consistent now?
Sure.
Sure.
We don't brew it. We don't brew enough of that particular beer, but it's the same yeast that we use in our Saison, our session Saison. And because we brew that on pretty regular. Yeah. I mean, like a couple of times a month. It's just session Saison, but we lager it too, so it's kind of a pain in our Belgian lager butts because it's kind of a session Saison we call it, but we lager it for about 5 weeks. So.
Weren't all Saison sessions at one point in human history?
Yes. But we're trying to get back to the real world sometimes, so we try to pepper in some stuff that could be bringing it right back.
Yeah, I like it.
Is that a Saison joke? I thought it was Bière de Garde was the session of the considered the session farm.
Maybe you're right.
The Bière de Gardes I've had are usually higher.
Yeah,
a little higher alcohol, a little more malty.
Yeah.
Well, Saisons
no
have
offense,
gotten
Tasty, but a little
high in
maltier.
alcohol.
Doesn't Saison mean session in French?
No, it says season.
I know.
Season.
It's a joke.
Come on.
What's,
We're not that fucking highbrow, Logan. Chill out.
Joke.
Start telling some titty jokes.
That's too high. That's too highbrow for Bevo.
What's the ABV on Saison du Pont? The gold standard.
7, right?
Okay, so that's a high ass alcohol.
No, it's not 7.
That sounds high.
Is it? No, hot? No.
No, it's not that high.
No, wait. It's like below. I would say 5-ish at the most.
It's 6 or 7, I think.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Find out here.
Interweb it.
I'm looking.
So when they bank your yeast and you've got something that's a hybrid
It's
of
not hard to
like
find with the ether web.
How do they get a pure culture?
6.5.
I think they just
6 and a
tell
half.
me it's a pure culture. And
Highbrow.
away we go.
I see. It's like one of those they see floating
I think
around
it's
in
just
there.
such a blend anyway that it's kind of one of those things. It's probably mutated, and I can
So it's
just
the
imagine
mutation
it
they're
probably
really picking
stripped down all the 5 that I like down to the one that's doing it.
How did you blend it?
I just ordered a bunch of yeast from those guys, and I kind of just rolled with it for like about like 20 gen in Washington State, and then I just said, I really like where it is right now. It dries the beer out a ton. A lot of the Saison yeast I've used in the past don't really dry the beer out, and it's kind of like this. It leaves it in a beer to guard feel. And so I liked kind of blending it and kind of making everybody work against each other and try to get that beer down to below 2.
They probably took it back in the lab and they're like, idiot, it still just Saison yeast.
Yeah, it's like 0074 or whatever.
But like, don't tell him because he's about to pay us to bank
what they
it.
do, and then they just put proprietary on there just to make it look cute.
Yeah, you get your own little special package.
Yeah,
they'll stroke everybody.
I could just see them in the
They
lab.
pay for the strokes.
Silly brewers. It's another one who thinks
tricks
it's
are for
multiple.
kids.
Hey, give him Abby. Why not?
Well, we got the most of.
No, but there is some Bastion, and there's a few like Trappist. There's like I think 2 Trappist.
So you got some stuff in there.
So yeah, because I really like
You got a illegitimate bastard of one. A couple of those.
Back to dry.
So on this beer's dark. I don't taste any dark malts. How do you do that?
There's a couple different ways, but we chose.
No, how do you do it?
We chose staining.
What's that staining? What do you mean? Send them off to the.
Why would you do that?
It's what I'm doing in my pants.
We throw octopi into the.
So there's 2 ways. So I've done it 2 different ways. One way I've cold soaked. I usually use dark rye.
So you'll make a dark.
Cold.
Liquid from cold.
We use a cold roast.
Okay.
I would say cold soaked.
Steeped.
Yeah, cold steeped rye, dark rye.
And then you've also done.
And we've also done we've done the same thing with dark rye, and we've actually peppered it on top of the mash. And kind of ran it through after we get done with conversion,
just
and then kind of just run it through. We recirculate until we get it to where we want it, and then we kind of just pop it over.
Okay.
We're just trying to get the color with a lot of the roast, and we really, we love of Environment's products, but we prefer to just get all the color on it.
But if you do the cold soak, you don't run it through the mash, right? You just add it to the kettle.
Yeah, we add it to the kettle, and that's actually my preferred version. But this one, we were just kind of messing around. It was kind of a collab beer with a good friend, a good brewer.
Yeah.
It's not brewing as much or at all anymore.
JP, the look on your face looked like you really liked this beer when you tried it.
I do like it.
Yeah.
I do like it a lot.
Is it not dry? It's really dry.
It's very really dry, and a lot of the dark malts are giving this pretty nice kind of subdued roast character.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's more malty though.
It is. It has some candy sugar type flavors, like a dark Belgian. That's what I was saying. It kind of tastes like that, but without any of the alcohol heat or things like that. What's the ABV on this? Do we already say?
I think it's 6%. I think that some of the candied flavors, we didn't mention this because it's kind of one of the subtle things we like to do. But we dried about 50 pounds of limes on the roof of our brewery last year.
Okay.
And there's a small percentage of black limes involved in this beer.
That's where you get it at the end.
So you're kind of pulling a little bit. It's the fruity kind of thing. It's super subdued, but it kind of dries the beer out.
What's
in your head?
See, now that you say that, it's kind of like a Belgian Negro Modelo.
Yeah, that's a good beer.
Right? I like that beer, by the way.
Negro Modelo.
And
it has that sweetness.
Belgo.
Stop it.
Modelo.
Just like the candy sugar bit, like a light.
Yeah, it's 8-week beer. We ferment and then just aged it and kind of waited until it was ready.
With moldy limes.
Right, roof lime.
After Cinco de Mayo.
I'm going to send. I promise Tasty a couple crusty black limes to use in his. You're going to pepper that into one of your
check it out.
salted
I don't pick
Berliner
anything up
Weisses.
like that in this beer.
What was that?
I don't pick anything like that up in this beer, so
Good.
I'll have to overdo it on another beer.
No, I just shouldn't even have told you.
What else?
Well, maybe you can leave it out next time.
You could have just peppered it in.
It shines through in more in Victim or the Lime IPA. You get some of that for sure in that beer.
I think as it's warming up, I think we're kind of doing it a disservice by drinking it so fucking cold.
Yeah.
I think as it's warming up, I'm getting a lot more. Because Stacey, you were saying you don't get these kind of spicy phenols that you would associate with the saison.
I do.
But now, but as it's warming up, I'm getting more of that. I'm getting it more in the aroma and more in the flavor, and I'm liking it kind of more and more.
And I think that in the black limes, if you use them aggressively, they have a musky feel to them. But I feel like it's kind of a special thing that I think it's a cool. The place to be is in beer.
Would you call this an Aztec saison?
I'm not quite sure.
It's more Olmec.
Okay.
They originate from Peru.
It's not. I understand.
They have the big heads made out of stone.
I can see that. That's better.
Yeah, probably.
This is another fine beer, and there's no other spices or anything in it.
No, spices are like subdued. We don't. I mean, I don't know. You can overdo it pretty easily. So we're kind of around the edges and kind of settle out like outside the box, kind of seeping in a little bit.
A lot of wheat in this beer.
There is no wheat anywhere around our brewery. We don't even use zero wheat in our whole brew house.
Why no wheat?
Because I use jasmine rice instead.
Why?
Why not?
Why would you do that?
Because I like dry, awesome beers.
So what do you get out of the rice? It's like
what do we get out of the rice?
Starch.
Sure.
You get starch, right?
Sure.
Unfermentable starch?
Sure.
No, it's fermentable.
It's still fermentable?
It's all converted. It's puffed.
If it's put in the mash.
It's already puffed.
Yeah,
so it's already gelatin.
Don't you get also a little spice out of that, too? Did you say jasmine?
No, I think it's pretty subtle. I think it's
what
pretty
percent
subtle.
would be a typical portion of your grain bill? Rice.
So we
less
got
than 1%?
650 pounds to 600 pounds. So it's not a huge. That's about it.
No, but percentage-wise.
That sounds like a lot to me.
I don't know.
Okay. I was talking about pounds.
But 20 barrels at a time.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like
still a
small
decent amount.
percentage. Yeah, it's a good amount,
barrels.
but it's not crazy.
Okay.
So, and we're doing. No, we're not doing that. So we're just
Okay, how many sacks
Yeah.
are you doing? One sack?
Was it?
You said one sack out of 600?
Yeah, no, it's 2 sacks. Because they're 25.
It's always 2 sacks.
So 25
It's
pounds
always
sack?
2 bags. 2
50
sacks.
pounds. And what's your grist, total grist?
600.
600
and
or
then
so?
100.
All right,
I heard that.
So it's 50 pounds and 600, and then about 100 pounds of acidulated.
I've never heard somebody so adamant about no wheat.
And
you're just like, no, fuck the wheat.
That's really what it's like.
No, we
Yeah,
really
swear to
just,
God.
we really, that's basically, you said it. I didn't say it. My wife will be happy that you say it again.
Oh, sorry, kids. No, I don't want to do that. I
Do it.
have to be respectful.
You say it one more time, and then I'll get a street cred, dude. Say it.
Fuck the wheat.
Yeah. I didn't say it, but
right.
yeah.
You're getting late tonight.
Truck the wheat.
Buckwheat.
I think there's another brewery in Fairfield area that uses rice too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Like Anheuser-Busch, maybe?
No, that's that's why we're trying to dork out. They can't just have all the ingredients. I like rice, and we're pretty much surrounded by rice fields, so it'd be kind of obnoxious for me to not use rice. Being we're local farm.
What, jasmine
brewery.
rice?
They farm jasmine rice not too far from us. I mean, I eat it all the time, but the stuff we're using in brewing is not necessarily that particular.
Sure, but
we're in the.
So now you're using their water.
Thank God we have
you're
cameras.
Using their rice.
I know. Next thing you know, we're going to be just using their hair nets.
When you get bought out, it won't be that tough of a transition.
Right, yeah.
No, I think I'd rather just be independent because I think I just want to employ people and be cool.
You haven't seen all the zeros yet.
Right.
You don't know.
Well, no, I have not seen the zeroes. So you are correct.
They also have
Zeros change things.
They have a big rooftop that could probably hold a lot of limes.
And they got that big fan. They could backflow all that stuff right off the top. They could dry it in half the time.
Right.
That's true.
Damn, the limeritas.
Well, let's try another beer, too.
Wait. Can't go
ahead.
on.
You got more.
Wait. 100 pounds of acidulated and a 600-pound grist?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Hard water.
I've never heard anything over 4 or 5%.
Casey's panicking.
He's moistening up.
Calm down. My mind here.
I had to move away just a little bit.
Don't make him stroke out.
We actually, since I don't know what Doug's cracking, but we have another IPA that actually has 100 pounds of acidilated smack dab.
So is your water really alkaline?
But
what, are you working against a big pH? Is that what you're doing?
Well, but how much RO are you using?
Wait. Slow down for me. Tasty, what's the problem with a lot of acidilated malt?
If you lower the pH of your beer too low, it's going to taste like tart, like acid.
Okay.
Get a
acid.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is your
LSD? Is it going to taste
what's
like? I got to know.
The pH of your water, your strike water? What roughly?
Why do you ask me questions like that?
Why are you adding all this acid?
You know I'm not going to give you the real answer.
You're adding it for a reason.
What's your residual alkalinity?
Yeah, I don't know. You tell me.
What's your mash pH?
Where's your pH meter? Come on, give me a number. Shit, you got one right there. Will's probably got one.
Oh, then I'm not trying your mash.
My other pH.
I don't have my pH meter right now.
I just taste it.
Let me get a couple of brew sheets in front of me, and I can let you know.
But you know what he's getting.
No, we're around.
He's saying there's something happening that you're adding that much. Why, now he's telling secrets. Why is it? All right, then answer me.
It's not. We just got hard water, and I think it's
pH if water's high.
It is super high.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So something counters all of that acidilated malt on your behalf.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'd have sour beer in front of us.
Okay.
Why don't you just use phosphoric?
Yeah. This is not a sour beer.
Why don't you use phosphoric acid?
But it's why don't I do that?
Yeah, I mean you're using the benefit of the base malt, or even.
Yeah, but I don't think Ryan Husta, the boot, would be like super proud of me fucking peppering that in there. Would it?
Well, I would be. That's all that matters.
Do I need to get some phosphoric in there? Tasty basically told me to use phosphoric instead of acidulated malt. Well, I'm not everybody else.
So you're going to quote the German purity law on adding acid to your beer.
I didn't know you were.
They use black limes.
Well, I'm just saying LSD. Okay. Now where are we going with this one, man?
Hey,
I didn't know you were so principled.
I haven't done LSD in at least 4 hours.
I'm not principled. I was just kidding. So just kidding.
Next week, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Next Tuesday.
Couple weeks.
Happy anniversary, by the way.
Thank you. You know what I did? I did LSD.
Again?
Yeah.
That'll lower the pH.
You should have seen the colors in here yesterday. It was amazing. The beer list was okay. The colors were fantastic.
If you never stop, you've only done it once.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, I didn't know that acidulated malt was going to be an argument.
No. I think I would like to have a small silo of. If Vireman would give me a silo of acidulated, I would use it.
You would do it, but they can't believe anybody wants that much.
No, they don't. But we use a lot.
Okay. Well, look, the beer tastes fantastic.
We don't use it in every beer, but we do know it in certain beers.
Okay. Yeah. What's the other one that's over
is
here?
that a different beer?
Yeah. You should try this. This is the separation anxiety. You should try the one that we're talking about. The acidulated
Mosaic IPA.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't have that.
You don't, yeah.
You're right.
No.
I have connection anxiety.
You don't have that either.
Anxiety?
All right, let's try it. So what beer is this?
This is called separation anxiety. It doesn't leave the tap room other than just growlers and crowlers and whatever. But yeah, we've been kind of pretty sentimental.
I've been in your tap room and I've had this beer.
You've had the mini.
Mini steps. The 4%.
We have the mini, and then we have the big.
Familiar.
We had the brews there too. It's just called Super Sep, but
Super Sep. Yep.
All right.
I don't really like.
I love English porters. No, I'm fucking with you. So this is what, IPA.
Mosaic and
the Mosaic IPA. Okay. The Mosaic comes right through, which is nice.
It's like a hot pellet.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is nice.
Oh, that's true. It is kind of just like a hot pellet, too. Yeah.
Very dry. But again, that's the thing, right? That's a trademark.
And clear.
And clear.
Filtered or no?
Nope.
You guys, do you ever have to filter?
Yeah, we do with gravity.
Okay.
We filter all of our beers with gravity.
A little bit of time and patience.
Yeah, most of the beers are 21 days. I don't think I have a beer that goes out of the brew house that's under 21 days.
Wow. Okay.
21 day IPA, 21 day IPA. It's a standard for us.
Trademark.
Yeah.
Do you have to do findings at all?
We find it, but it's mostly gravity. But we find it like on demand finding.
Fish guts.
Yeah.
So
no, we use acrylic acid.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, because that's super clear. It's nice. So this is and it's only Mosaic, or that's just the one?
Okay. Mosaic, and I mean, and that's why we kind of sit on that a little bit, because sometimes Mosaic comes off a little. Just a little aggressive, you know. That's why we kind of really like softening it up. It goes over the onion, garlic, funky, and then it kind of just softens itself right into blueberries and soft fruits.
Yeah, this one has some melon, some blueberry that I'm picking up. It does not. The onion and garlic is more like if you just sprinkled a little garlic salt on it, which I like. That's nice.
Just the rim.
Yeah, just the rim, right? So that was okay. I'm getting a lot of melon, which I like.
we're kind of picky on, because most of our beers, God, I can't believe I'm even saying this, but are all single to 1 or 2 hops.
I can't believe you just said that.
I know, it's great. It's weird because everybody's somebody's like, oh, you got to try my new Smash beer, and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, well, go try any of the 12 that are on tap up at the tap.
No, you have 1 to 2 hops.
Yeah, but we do that just because I like to keep focused on just solid stuff. I just like getting the flavors and the smells like right at you, and I don't really like. I've had a lot of beers that are kind of muddled, and I feel like they could be so much better if they were just a little more simple and clean. I feel like everybody is going away from the simple and clean thing and going towards more is better, and I feel like that's just a really awkward move in the brewing industry.
Do you count your... I'm sorry if this is a dumb question, but do you count your bittering hop in that equation? Or but
the problem is we're not like bitter hop folks, so the bittering hop, we use, a lot of times we just use it all the way through, but we use Chinook for bittering.
Okay.
But most of the time, all on the top is usually just the hop that we're kind of trying to accentuate.
So that's what I mean. You'll still maybe use Chinook for bittering and then do like a mosaic.
Yeah, but this one's like mosaic.
All the way.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's because it's only like small amounts for bittering. It's mostly all end and cellar.
Okay.
This is a cellar beer. This isn't necessarily a kettle beer. We've been sitting on this one. So it's low BUs, and we just dry hop it really a couple different times. So,
oh, you do?
Yeah. So we do
over the 21 day, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So a high aging time, I guess, comparatively to IPAs?
Yeah, I think we do. Yeah, I honestly, because I talked to
21's not that crazy.
No, 21's not crazy, but it's not.
Today it is.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
some of the
3 years ago it would. Oh, that's normal. But I think nowadays it kind of is nuts, right?
Yeah. Times are getting cut for sure.
But we're not. When I'm training 2 of the gentlemen that I've got, I'm lucky enough to have kind of working with me. Man, I really want them to know how it works. You know what I mean? I don't want to give them I don't want to tell them. I don't want to teach them to cheat.
Yeah.
So how many tanks do you have when you're doing 21-day IPAs and 8-week lagers and all
So we
that
have
stuff?
about 830 barrel fermenters, and we've ordered some more, and we got a bunch of brights. So I do all my dry hopping in the brights.
Okay.
Yeah, so we ferment in the fermenters and then blast it over to the cellar.
Okay.
And that's kind of where we do all our magic. So
dry hopping in a bright tank.
Yeah.
That's counterintuitive, right? Because normally you dry hop just before a bright tank?
Yeah, but we dump we kind of fine it before it goes into the bright.
Okay.
And then we kind of let it sit, because I like the shallow bottom with the hop complex. It just does something different, and I'm not trying to get all scientific.
Bigger surface area.
That's all right.
Yeah, bigger surface area, and I think we just like it like that.
Okay.
Do you fine it again after the hops? Because when you add those hops, you're adding a
so we
whole
don't.
other round
So what we do, we dump the yeast. And then we throw it over at a certain temperature. We like a lot.
Secret
right around the
temperature.
50s. No, I'm just telling you, we do it about it's a 52, and that's our number. And then a lot of the 001 drops right out like a magically.
Sure, yeah.
And then we just pop it over into the bright and let it sit. And it's a sensory brew house, so we're a lot of smelling and a lot of tasting, and so it could be 21 or 23, but we're in that vein. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we really try to keep it in that zone. So.
Our bright tanks normally flat bottom?
Shallow bottom, yeah.
Yep. So is it difficult to clean after that?
No, we're pretty. We can clean it, whatever.
I would think there'd be too much since you've got it so it's pretty well crashed before you send it over.
Yeah, so it's pretty almost bright when we send it over, and then if we have to fine it, we will. But certain beers, certain hops, I kind of like. I don't need to have every single beer crystal clear, but I really prefer, being so we don't filter, I like to have them clear enough so I don't be accused of having juicy beers.
Yeah.
Because that's a really awkward conversation with me.
It's also awkward with JP, so I'm glad we don't have to have that.
No, I
think we just went there.
They asked me to talk to the CCBA about juicy beers, and I kind of... I'm using.
You want to get a talk at the...
No, I'm going to squirm because I'm really having a hard time because the stuff that I want to... The reality of
Just
it.
say it.
What's the reality? No,
you should tell me.
No, come on, guys, get a slow clap.
You should talk to them. You should talk to them.
I think there's a difference. I think there's a difference between cloudy, funky beers and dirty beer. I wouldn't say dirty because they're so fresh.
Okay.
But they're fresh and juicy are the same
What's
thing.
the difference? What has a drinker? What am I not getting in a juicy beer that I would be getting in a clear beer?
Well, a mouthful of B12.
right.
Get some gout.
Diarrhea.
If your hazy beer is hazy because of yeast, that's a brewing error.
Bevo, that was a good joke, by the way.
It's polyphenols that make.
I giggle.
Yes, I know. Well, I know. There's a big difference, and we get a lot of haze in our beers with certain hop profiles, and we're starting to tie that in with just hop oils. And
How much flour are you adding to your beers to make them hazy?
What kind of flour are you talking?
I don't know, man. Like
jasmine rice flour?
Yeah, just like straight up flour. Like, I need to know.
No, we don't add any flours, but we other than hops. So, and and those are already pulverized and pelletized, so we're adding those. So.
And to me, that's the bullshit about the hazy IPA.
Yeah.
The New England IPA. Like if that's all from hops, that's great. More power to you. That's what you like. But adding flour to sell a cloudy beer because cloudy beer is starting to sell.
Wait, that's a thing? I thought you were making a joke.
No, it's from New England. It's a page out of the Patriots book.
I'll give you a list of Bay Area breweries that are doing it too.
That's a thing?
They're adding flour to their breweries.
No.
To their beer. Yes, because cloudy.
Can you confirm or deny this?
Flowers or oats.
No, flour.
Actual flour. Not all of them. Some are adding oats.
Not flour with a U.
There's other ways.
He's saying flour, like all-purpose flour.
Self-rising flour.
Cooking stuff.
Casey, can you confirm or deny that you've seen this happening?
I haven't seen it, but
you know about it.
He's lying. Look at his shirt.
Brewers tell me
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right?
That's why I'm so pissed about it, because it's like if you're doing it because that's how it is in your brew process and you want to add a little flavor dimension, that's great.
Okay.
But you're adding it because people are demanding it, because it's selling. You're misling everybody, and you're a dick.
That is a
misle. They're adding it on the hot side, okay? So that these proteins are there when they do the dry hop, and that's when they bind together.
Yeah.
And create these like haze.
Is that what they tell you?
Yeah. If they're putting it into the bright tank, it is bullshit.
Okay. Yeah.
I've only been doing this for a couple
of years. Over here.
I've only been doing this for a bit, so I doubt I've ever had juicy beers.
Into the bright tank.
But I've never.
Now it's just really it's an oxymoron.
It's weird, right? Yeah. Do they call it the cloudy tank?
Like
at that
why
point?
they could have saved money on the bright tank.
Yeah.
If it's not going to brighten anything.
Right.
Well, maybe they don't.
You could just put that in the cloud.
I think it's on the hot side.
I just think a lot of those beers that are quote unquote juicy are all super fresh, and I mean, it's just one of those things. I think fresh and juicy are the same thing,
and they're super unstable.
And we're talking about the pants now, or the
but
juicy.
I'm saying fresh,
right?
fresh meaning 10 days. And 12-day IPAs. And if we were to put our beer out at 10, 12 days, they'd be cute and juicy as well.
Sure, yeah, right.
And I think I'd probably get fired.
Some would say unfinished.
Wow.
I would fire myself if I was going to do that.
Yeah.
We do it on purpose once in a while, but I haven't experienced the flower project yet.
It's like driving a Tesla, but painted matte gray, like primer gray. It's unfinished. You're unfinished.
All right, we're going to run out of time, so what I'd like to do is try another beer, but I also have some listener questions for you guys. So maybe while we're pouring that beer, we can do that. You guys down with some listener questions? I mean, they're for you.
No, let's just...
Don't let the listeners down.
No, hey, what do you want? The plastic people pale?
They got to try that, though.
Lambic.
Got to get to that.
Whatever.
We can still try another beer in the last segment.
Okay.
I just have to do other shit while we're doing it.
Okay, let's try plastic people. That's a weird one.
All right, crack it open and start that, and then I'm going to ask you guys some listener questions.
The bottle?
Come through.
Yeah, give me that bottle, please.
So,
Can't wait.
For the bottle?
Wait, is that the one you want us to try right now? No.
Plastic people,
That's the one you want us to try right now. Okay.
All right, let's do this.
All right, questions that came through here. Let's see. Here, someone wants to know. I can't call in, so I'm writing here. What happened to Double Tap IPA? The taste and look of the beer has changed the most dramatically from any of their other beers. Was the reason for a change in hops, a change in yeast, too expensive to reproduce, etc.? You got this one, Chris? What happened?
Hey, well,
you got this?
Other than the fact that that's our most popular beer and we brew it. So we brew it, I don't even know how many times a week. We brew that beer so much. It's actually the most consistent beer we have, but the problem is the damn... It's spread around so far. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
You're saying this is a beer life problem.
I feel like, no, I wouldn't say beer life. I'd say evolution of a beer. It is the flagship. It doesn't have a choice. No, it is. No, I'm not.
What do you mean? You're not making it?
We make it so much.
You could.
We make it as much as we love. And we like, and we're never out of it.
So you question why?
But I don't think it. I think raw materials change, gears change. I mean, raw materials, and then the evolution of a beer. I mean, do you want to change something like every single year due to raw materials, or do you want to kind of roll with it and kind of make slight, like gentle changes? You know, if I was to kind of pump up the double tap, people would freak out, dude. So then I'd get another. What am I going to dry hop it? Instead of 3 pounds a barrel, it's like 7 to keep up with the Joneses.
You don't need to make a drastic change. I'm just saying over.
I'll dry hop it more for you. I'll dry hop it for you more.
So if I'm hearing you right, it sounds to me like you're saying you're kind of changing it a little as the raw materials change, but you're also trying to keep it the same. You're doing something in between.
I think you might be saying that person might be wrong.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, because I never say that.
Well, I mean,
but I'm saying
that.
Well, that's what you said.
You're thinking it's pretty consistent.
I'm saying it's consistent, but I've noticed changes in the 5 years that I've been, brewing that beer too. Like,
okay.
I change.
Because this guy's saying it's the most drastic change ever. But you're thinking maybe that's not the case.
And I totally understand. I totally understand, but if that's the only beer you're drinking of ours too, and like you're drinking at different places, lines, there's so many variables. We're self-distributed.
That's what I thought your first answer was, is that shit happens out once it leaves your brewery.
Yeah, there's a lot of like I said, that's our number one popular beer.
It's not even close.
It's crazy. We sell.
That's what I thought you were saying.
And it flies through at retail. When it's on someplace,
crazy.
everybody's
it doesn't
drinking
sit around forever. But I think when a guy's like, oh, this new batch is amazing. And I'm like, well, why? Do you have like a new keg? One's been sitting there for 3 weeks or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's like, you got a new fresh batch. You're like, holy crap, that's so different.
You're changing the hop mixture every time.
No, we're not.
No, why is it changing?
It's not changing. I'm saying it changes every year because the cascade, or not the citrus change.
The crop change.
My raw materials are changing constantly. When I contract for so much ingredients, the shit changes.
That's the answer to his question.
So our job is basically to make it taste the same to you every time.
Okay.
And we try.
All right, good enough. Next question is actually maybe this is more of a statement. Berryessa also fills 32-ounce cans when they have leftover beer after filling kegs. This was a comment from somebody.
Oh, that's interesting.
We do have crowlers on our desk. Is that what we're talking about here?
Yeah, I'd love to explain.
You want to rephrase
how we do
statement?
Our crowlers? Yeah,
okay.
So instead
old
of
beer, we got it.
Instead of just dumping a bunch of old beer into 32-ounce cans, like 90% of the folks are doing, we prefer to the date that's on that keg or that can is the date we actually rack it in our brewery. So that beer is actually fresher than any single beer you can possibly get. So
he's not lying.
We racked that. The date that's on that can is the date we racked it, and it's usually the date we're putting it out on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at our tap room.
Nice.
And we double purge those cans, and we do it. That's our R&D cans for dissolved oxygen.
Nice.
So I'm pretty sure those cans are pretty solid.
They're tasting great.
When customers come in for a crowler, they're already put together.
Yes. And so you're sitting there looking at a date that we pulled that out of our tap room. Right there. He's sitting there holding it.
Yeah, 11, 16, 15.
Oh, that's a fresh one.
I'm just kidding. It's 8, 4, 16.
Yeah, so we put every single beer that comes out of our tap room in those 32-ounce cans. We double purge those cans in the DO. That's actually our science project, and you guys are lucky to be a part of it.
Awesome.
That beer's fresher than anybody.
4 days ago.
Well, and if you expect to get a double tap because that's the most popular beer, it's not.
Yeah,
You're going to get the most recently racked beer.
So people don't get to pick what's in those cans. We do.
Nice.
Yeah, we pick what's in the cans. So that might be part of the problem a little bit. Which is cool.
So that's why they assume that it's the oldest.
He was saying something like
they assume that it's the oldest. But
assume the worst.
That's actually probably the first keg that we take off.
Cream of the crop.
Yeah.
And we literally do that as a service, and we really like good beer, man, and we want it to be in your mouth like we drink it out of our bright tank.
Was that a jab, or was that,
No, I don't think
it was. I don't think it was. It didn't come across in the chat room with a jab.
No, and I'm not all salty, so it wasn't.
Well, no. I didn't know how to take it because I was like,
I thought he was saying like it's a leftover.
No,
it's not leftovers. He's just confused because the date on the can is usually the date that he's buying it, and he's probably like tripping because it's like full circle. I mean, you're drinking the beer in a can that the day that it was racked. Yeah. That's confusing to me too.
Yeah, because
you don't get that.
He's saying maybe I didn't finish the whole thing because he's saying Berryessa fills up 32-ounce cans when they have leftover beer after filling kegs. So I wonder what he's thinking is.
No, he was so close. He was
saying almost what you're saying.
On the first day,
it comes out of the fermenter.
You were so close. You just said it backwards.
Kegs, and the rest goes into cans.
All right, he's cool.
I just don't like the word "the rest" because that makes me a little.
Yeah.
It sounds like leftover.
I thought he was saying trying flat beer. Or something.
No. I think he was saying on the day that you keg. You can buy these, all the same fresh beer.
Almost every day.
We might have one variety, we might have two, we might have three. It depends on where we rack.
Depends what's been kegged that day.
Yeah, and if we don't, I mean, literally, it is a day or two old when you buy it.
Taproom opens Thursday. There's a 99% chance that a beer is getting racked on Thursday morning.
No, it's half the time it's racking while people are buying cans.
Right.
That's the first keg that goes out. Those.
Every week, kegs get racked that morning at 6 a.m. and go out on the truck at 8.
And we do only one.
It happens every day.
We do one keg from each variety that we rack that week, and that's all we do.
I feel like we need to order more Berryessa beer here at the Grenade. I like this. I like this stuff.
The dates are on there, and those are the real dates.
This isn't even racked yet. This is getting racked in the morning.
This was just for you guys. We brought that out of our bright tank.
So what is this beer, the Plastic People?
This is Plastic People. It's a kind of oxymoron. It used to be called Never Odd or Even. It was a palindrome pale ale.
Okay.
But now we've kind of... we can't have palindrome beers every week. Because we named it. It was after the dates, It was all palindrome. It was like a 3 weeks of palindrome dates.
Okay.
Palindromes.
Yep. I got you.
Long story short, we thought we'd jack another one in there, and we did a pale, and we slammed some Sriracha Ace and lemon drop.
I love Sriracha. That shit is fucking spicy.
So we used some.
So good.
So we used some Sriracha Ace. Tim's going to be pissed from Shellmaker because we were going to collab. That was going to be one of our collab beers, Sriracha Ace.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but then that was awkward.
So Sriracha, and then lemon drop is the other hop? That's a hop too?
Lemon drop, yeah. So we used kind of like weird eccentric hops and kind of just banged it in there. And
I like this beer.
Everybody was like saying, oh, you get so many pickles and all this. I'm like, dude, I can
pickles.
Everybody says they have this like everybody when I say sriracha, they're like, oh, it's gonna be all full of dill. It's like I don't.
I've never gotten dill.
I've never either. I'm crazy. I think they got the wrong ones.
I can see what they're saying.
Yeah. Do you see that? But it's
a little. It's not overpowering. It's not overpowering at all.
I can get a trace amount of dill.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
I mean, if I look for it. But that might be the contamination. I don't know.
I think it's tasty.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of Acetobacter in here.
Totally joking. I just wanted to. I just want to have these guys crap their pants.
Do you call this? And the diacetyl just rounds it out.
Yeah.
Totally acceptable in some beers.
Yeah. How did you get that smooth mouthfeel?
Right.
But don't worry. If it weren't for the acetaldehyde.
Right. Yeah. Oh, the GMS just comes off. Perfect.
Dude,
how many green apples did you put in here?
No, we just used brown bruised apples instead.
No, they were on the roof for 3 weeks before they went in.
That's right on the roof.
Just thrown into the bright tank.
Do you call this? Is this a pale ale?
It's a pale ale, but it's kind of kissing cousins with an IPA. But
I give you that.
BUs are really low. So I mean, now we're starting to split hairs on pale ales and IPAs. I feel like that's a thing that people are splitting hairs on nowadays. So.
I love this beer. I think this is really good.
Yeah, it's very good beer.
We're low beat.
Pretty
It is.
It's fresh out of our juicy bright tank, but it still is like 20 days. Dude.
It's a little flowery.
Just a little bit.
I could bake so much bread with this, bro.
Yeah.
Those kittens.
Yeah, I want a pint of this. I want this on tap.
Yeah, what's
very good. It's a good one.
It's not out yet, so you can't get it. Sorry.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm patient. I'm a patient.
But if you order it tomorrow,
you gotta wait till tomorrow, dude. To get it, dude.
You can only get it Friday. It'll be 3 days. It's too old by then, man.
Too old. I'm out.
Yeah. We'll rack something else Friday morning. Don't worry about it.
I don't know.
Mini sip. Actually, mini sip.
Just ask us what's fresh, and we'll slam it.
Okay. All right.
We're racking shit.
Yeah, we don't want any leftover beer.
Yeah. The flat beer.
I want this beer aged on the roof. That's what I want.
Leftover, yeah.
That's your real name.
All right, one more. No, I don't know. Yeah, let me do this one.
Do it, dude. I'm ready. Let's go.
Well, this is what I was mentioning about cans earlier, and this is why. So we had Dan Gordon and Charlie Bamforth have discussed canning as an inferior packaging product for oxygen.
Oh, yeah?
They're saying there's no way that you can get the low levels of dissolved oxygen you can get in bottles and in cans. So the question just came through about what you guys think about that and if you're worried about that with cans.
Man, I want to... These guys should be talking about. He's got the experience with the cans. I mean, with the DO levels and cans.
Talking about a Heretic.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about Heretics. That's what we're just. I mean, I'm just saying, just a little. He's got more experience.
They've done a lot. Well, you're the guest.
I know,
so.
but I want you to explain.
Well, I just
say our levels, in these, and this is just what it is, and we can control it a little better or really low. But I think I feel like there's a better chance of the beer tasting like it should in a closed environment. And the bottles are closed environment, I get it, but I feel like there's just a lot of stuff. And I think it's like splitting hairs.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's what he was asking, just what you thought.
Heretic should send some cans over to Charlie to have tested.
Yeah, I bet. And then they were super low, too. I mean, yeah, and that's why I used an example.
Jim Hill says he used like 10,000 pounds of CO2 extra.
Oh, yeah. We used, our CO2
it's like
is
you're in
so
a CO2
room. No, serious.
There's no oxygen available.
No, we use so much CO2. We use CO2 for transferring. I mean, it's heavy on CO2, and that's probably a little bit of why the DO levels on this were so low. And that's why I like cans. Just because they're closer to the lake. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons. But I feel like there's...
I love these crawlers. They're great.
Are you saying oxygen is closer to the lake? I don't...
it is.
No, I was kidding. Cans good. And I don't think the person, by the way, was attacking you for that either.
No, I don't either. No, and I like good questions. So, ready to rock.
And the previous person, Shoe Brew, who asked the question about the extra beer, he called in and he was like, I just want to clarify, that beer is amazing. I'm not saying that it's bad. Like, he wanted to clarify that it was fresh.
I didn't even take it like that. I mean, that was a great question because I would be confused if I showed up to brewery and the date is the same date you're looking at it.
Like,
and you're standing in line and you're like, whoa, that's weird.
That is
like
weird.
The same date. And what does that date mean?
Gives me a little beer boner if I'm standing there. And
but what does the date mean? A lot of times.
Yeah.
Like,
is that the expiration date or the
I won't even buy beers. No, I won't even buy beers
Best
unless
Buy.
I see a burn on, dude.
Yeah,
And shit, because I'm like, oh god, that beer's like good till January of next year, and I'm like,
well, yeah, really, what does
that mean?
Is it born on the day it's brewed? Because to me, that's born.
No, I think packaged. No, I think rat. I think personally,
but I think the born on is the misnomer.
Well, I would like to see
that's
rack.
conceived.
Yeah, I would
conceived on is the brew date.
He's right.
I think we have racked packaged.
Well, here's a better question. I got a $10,000 device to do that. I can have like the conceived on, but then I'm going to confuse people.
How do some people get away with not even labeling any date? I mean,
that should be against
on an IPA. Come on,
I agree.
Anything that's a fresh product and it should be fresh.
Even on a pilsner.
I went to a liquor store the other day. And they had this. I was surprised to find that they had a really good selection of beer, and I didn't think too much about it. I grabbed a beer that I always grab. A big favorite of mine is IPA. And took it back.
What kind of IPA?
It was horrible.
It
was. I'm not going to say because it's the store's fault. Just like you said, sometimes
it's not our
this
fault.
was the store's fault. So I went and I tried it was a horrible beer, and I didn't look at the date in the stores. Was the point I'm making. I looked at the date. This thing was 5 months old.
Oh, it's terrible.
And it was an IPA, and it's one I drink all the time. And I was so disappointed in this store. I was disappointed. And by the way, the store was out in the sticks, so I noted that the rep isn't showing up every week to clean stuff out. And they were promoting themselves at this shitty liquor store with good craft beer.
Yeah, totally.
And at first glance, it was working. They had all this great selection.
You got your $10.
Yeah.
But it's like they bought all the old shit from the warehouse
they just
or something.
get all the old shit.
They get all the old because they're out in the boonies.
Well, what about the people that warm
you win. You're out in the boonies. Here's some old shit.
Some people will store that warm. I mean, come on.
Yeah, agreed. This, at least when I bought it, was in the cooler, but who knows behind. I also think you're right, Chris, that some of these places who are trying to do the right thing, maybe they don't know a lot about craft beer, but they're trying, right? The stores, I mean.
Yeah, but
they're getting sold the old shit. Because they're not going to... we're going to complain. If a keg shows up here, I've seen it happen. I've seen our guys do it. They look at the date and they go, nope, this isn't our keg.
Send it back.
That's good. That's how it should be.
Well, that's going to be the new name for one of our IPAs coming up next week. So I think send
it back.
And if it's the past 2 weeks, we'll take it.
Send it back.
That's where we want it.
Wait, hold on, Bev. What do you think of that one? Is that good?
The name? Yeah, I like it.
Send it back, IPA it is.
Send it back.
No, we'll just call it Send It Back IPA.
Yeah.
So they won't even know it's an IPA.
I'll take the Dippa.
All right. Guys, I got to get us to a break. Okay. I do want to thank you guys for hanging out. I want to welcome you to stay for the next segment, too. We're going to do a little beer news. We got some other stuff to get to. I got to get moving.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah.
No. 2 seconds. 8/26, we're having an event here with the Hop Grenade.
Perfect.
I think that's August 26th.
Oh, not at 8:26 tonight, because in 26 minutes...
We're doing that, too. We're doing that, too.
Yeah. We do a little event right now.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So on the 26th, Berryessa is coming back to the Hop Grenade for an event. Come join us. We'll put that on our Facebook and make sure everybody knows about it, too. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out and sharing beer.
Thanks a bunch for having us, and we just like good beer.
If you guys want to go chill out there, you're welcome to. But also, if you want to stay another segment, we're going to open
You
more
gotta try that
But you
beer.
just got to hang out and do beer news and bullshit with us. So if you're down- you down with that? All right. So let's do that. We're going to take a quick break. Like I mentioned before, you can go to BerryessaBrewingCo.com and check it out. It really is great beer, guys. So go stop in and see it. We'll be right back. It's The Session.
You're listening to the Brewcasters on the Brewing Network.
Hey guys, what'll it be?
I'm not sure. What do you recommend?
A lot of people seem to like the Hefeweizen.
Is that a German Hefeweizen or more of an American-style wheat beer?
I'm not sure, but I can give you a taste.
Okay, great.
The Cicerone Certification Program certifies and educates beer professionals in order to elevate the beer experience for consumers. Unfortunately, not every bar is staffed with certified beer servers who can guide their customers through a beer list.
Here you go, guys. Let me know what you think of the Hefeweizen.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely more of an American meat. But I can hardly tell because this beer just smells like sour butter. I wonder how long it's been since they cleaned the draft line.
Yeah, and look at the bubbles on the side of the glass. It's filthy.
Somebody should tell these guys about the Cicerone program.
For sure. How about we head somewhere else for another beer?
Your server should give beer the same respect you do. Request quality. The Cicerone Certification Program offers 4 levels of beer certification, in-person classes, and course books for beer professionals. Check them out at cicerone.org. The Cicerone Certification Program. We know beer.
With over 20 years of experience making world-class craft beer and more than 100 gold medals in international competitions, Moylan's Brewing Company is not just a pretty face in craft beer. Just ask Brendan Moylan.
What do we got here? The beer of the hour. Moylan's, gotta love that big M. It's like a sign of awesomeness. Woo-hoo! It's got an extra kick to it. Let's pour this bad boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, Moylan's. The end of the night when the kids are finally in bed, the wife's in bed, nobody's bothering your ass anymore. That's Moylan's time. Moylan's is for you. Yeah. It's to help you out. Yeah. It helps me out.
What?
Well, because it's freaking awesome. Northern California brewed. It's brewed with love. With love? Oh, yeah. Tremendous. And it's always best where?
Moylan's.
You gotta try it. On tap at Moylan's in Novato. They're friggin' awesome. Not only because I own the brewery, because I love the beer.
Cheers!
Boom.
Kilt Lifter Scotch Ale takes big beers to a whole new level with rich malt balanced perfectly with delicate hops, and now comes in 4-pack tall boy cans so you can take the party on the go. Or come to the brewery, take a tour, and try any of Moylan's fresh creations right from the source. Check them out at moylans.com.
Your support of the Brewing Network means everything to us. We couldn't produce shows without you. And we love giving you something extra for that support, like Brew Your Own magazine. You already know it's a great brewing magazine full of recipes, equipment how-tos, discussions of beer styles, and brewing techniques. Whether you're new to brewing and just starting out or you're an old pro, you'll always learn something from the articles in Brew Your Own. Plus, there are amazing special issues like plans for building a Brutus 10 system, 250 classic clone recipes, and the Homebrewer's Answer Book. Brew Your Own magazine and BYO.com are awesome resources for any brewer, whether for yourself or as a gift. When you subscribe or resubscribe from the Brewing Network homepage, you directly support programs like this. Get a great magazine and support the Brewing Network. Subscribe to Brew Your Own right from thebrewingnetwork.com. Army, have you heard the latest at Hop Tech? Since Hop Tech has doubled in size after a huge expansion, Jade and Roberto can stock even more of the best quality homebrewing supplies and equipment. Over 60 kick-ass varieties of hops and malts, monster truckloads of quality brewer's yeast, including White Labs, Y yeast, and multiple dry yeasts.
They even have all grain systems from Grain Fathers and Ruby Street Brew Systems, thanks to Jade, the brand new all-grain brewer. And don't forget about their 10% discount to all BN Army members. Jade and Roberto are waiting for you and all of your brewing questions over at hoptech.com. Hoptech, totally not sucking since 1983.
Hey, my brewing brothers and sisters, this is Jamel Zanisha, and I love a bold, hoppy beer, one that spits resin in your face and makes you cry, Uncle. There are a lot of great hoppy beers out there, but at Heretic, we want to make something as bold, dank, and resiny as possible. We use hops at every chance we get, including multiple dry hop additions. The result is Heretic Evil Cousin. This light golden, 8% Imperial IPA has an easy malt character that helps take the edge off the massive bittering, but it takes a back seat to the in-your-face hop character. We make sure this beer finishes dry so the hops can jump out and slam you in the taste buds. If you can't get enough hoppy goodness, Evil Cousin is your cup of tea. Cheers.
You're listening to the Brewing Network. Because like beer, radio shouldn't suck.
Welcome back to the show. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks to Berryessa Brewing Company for sticking with us and hanging out tonight. They're gonna sit in the studio and do some whatever weird shit we get into next. I also wanted to mention Beersmith home brewing software. You know the deal. You can go download your. You can download it if you want. Download your free 21-day trial. It's Beersmith home brewing software. It does great. You can use it on a PC. You can use it on a Mac. You could use it in a professional brewery. You could use it with ham. You could use it
on a train.
Yeah.
On a plane.
I mean, it does.
You could use it in jam.
Yeah. You can, I don't know. You can do a lot of things with it. Go to beersmith.com. Check it out. There's a podcast. There's videos. There's everything. But you don't have to take our word because you get a free trial. All right. So, what do we have going on here, JP?
What do we have going on here, buddy?
I thought you wanted to do... I know we've got beer news to do tonight.
We have beer news.
But first, we wanted to talk to our friend. Remember Dave Marliavavivu?
Malarvivar.
Malarvivar.
I believe it's Marley RV.
That's it.
Yeah.
From Flat Tail Brewing Company.
Yes.
Dave, what's happening?
Oh, not a whole lot. How are you guys doing?
All right.
Well, thank you for your glowing introduction for me there.
Hey, at least you got the brewer. At least we got the brewer name right.
It wasn't melting.
I do it every time for Dave. I save my best intros for you.
As if his blood pressure isn't high enough.
That's why I stayed sober for you, kind of. Almost.
Are you sober? Are you stoned and not drunk, or drunk and not stoned? When you say sober, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, little column A, little column B.
Okay.
I mean, come on, it's almost like 10 p.m. Jesus.
Would you ride your motorcycle?
Practically midnight in Tangent.
You do sound as coherent as I've ever heard you, so I think you're all right.
Yeah.
Well, I think I set the baseline bar low enough that no one's ever shocked. So I've done my job.
So Dave, a good friend of the show with Flat Tail Brewing Company, has a new crazy idea in his head that he called to talk to us about. I have it titled Backcountry Brewing. Which sounds like
actually broke back.
But there is one of those. No, but there is a brew.
Right? It does sound different.
It's more about having sex with animals than
yeah, that's just brewing in Corvallis. I think.
No.
You just brew like normal, but then after that you do weird things.
Whatever else.
That's right.
I knew Tasty was going to be busting my fucking balls.
Yeah.
What's gotten into him?
I know. He's got a new chair. He's all uppity.
Literally, he's 2 feet higher.
I can't find the lowering thing. I know how to raise it. I know how to lower it. It's way complicated.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Don't look him in the eye.
Yeah. 21st century chair.
Was that a Bevo snort?
I can totally find
the
That was a full-on snort. So, Dave, something's happening with you. You're getting on a motorcycle with a bunch of other dudes.
The same motorcycle?
The same motorcycle, yeah.
And you're driving through the back country of Oregon, and you're brewing beer along the way. Am I close?
You're real close there, buddy.
All right, give us the details of what's happening.
Oh, no. Did you have another fancy introduction, please? By all means.
That's all I had.
Oh, shit. Well, that just kind of ruined the tension there.
Yeah.
So we're going to ride our motorcycles through this fantastic trail system we have in Oregon called the OBDR. It's the Oregon Backcountry Discovery Route. And it's basically 900 miles of single-track, two-track, Jeep trail, gravel roads, all off-road vehicle-centric roads. And it connects southeastern Washington with northwestern California. And I've been wanting to do this ride forever, but I can't really justify taking off for 5 days. So I decided I had to incorporate it into work somehow. So we're going to brew some beer while we do it.
Nice.
And that kind of presents us with a lot of different challenges. And also I think will be interesting because the whole point is to brew beer without, obviously a big brewing system because we're going to be on dirt bikes. So we're going to be using only equipment that would normally be found in like a camping setup or in your kitchen or what have you. Just non-brewing equipment, only things that every normal person that goes camping would have.
That's interesting. So, all right, because you're in the back roads, like you can't bring everything. So does that mean you're just brewing tiny batches like in a thermos?
Yeah.
Sounds like that Brewdog show.
Right, I was going to say, this is Oregon Brewdog.
Use it with fog and...
You throwing frogs?
Catch fog, yeah.
For frogs and blow, dude, in Oregon, dude.
It's this one's called Brew Dicks, I think.
Brew Dave's.
So that was all a jumble on my end, but I think I heard something about blow, so I'm pretty sure I like the guys from Berryessa.
No, it was Handy. It's this new app.
That's right.
It wasn't Blow Jay. It was Handy.
Yeah, so tell us, is this a 5-gallon stuff?
Yeah, of course we're doing 5-gallon batches on fucking dirt bikes. No, we're going to try to do like half-gallon to 1-gallon batches. That's
Sweet,
our goal.
Dude. Can't wait.
We want to start with 1 gallon and end up with at least half a gallon each by the end of the ride.
So everywhere you stop, you're going to brew on equipment, which we should talk about in a second. But then you have to take it with you the next day when you leave on this trail in a fermenter on the back of your bike. Am I hearing that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you actually add yeast. It is fermenting on the...
Is this Wild Project?
Correct.
That's cool.
So, that's a good question because kind of the biggest factor here that we're still debating is in the selection of what's actually going to do the fermentation. So I think what we're coming down to in the final stages is one of us is going to use a lacto strain that's heterofermentative. The idea being lacto doesn't really autolyze. We're not going to get that kind of umami bullshit flavor from that yeast being constantly vibrated, hot, cold, and abused the whole time. The problem with heterofermentated lacto is it tends to taste like shit as soon as it touches oxygen. So one of us, the biggest challenge is going to be keeping oxygen out of the fermenter and out of the whole process, really. And then the other one's going to be using Brett, which is going to be a little bit easier because it does well with oxygen. In fact, we're going to have to worry about how to oxygenate the wort, et cetera. But
I don't think you have to worry about that.
I think you're
right.
good.
There's constant shaking.
I think I would worry about everything else.
Who's going to worry about a half a gallon beer anyway?
Don't fall.
I'm actually not trying to be a dick there, but right, but like the constant shaking on your bike, that's like the homebrewer method of aerating wort, right?
Yeah.
Continuous aeration.
Yeah, that kind of actually pushes more air out of solution than really bringing it in.
Okay.
Plus, it's we're going to have like a full 10 or 11 hours of fermentation before we actually put it on the bike. That's plenty of time to
Oh, you are. So you're going to brew in the morning and then let it ferment.
Well, we're going to brew at night, the first night of the ride, and then we'll have through the night until the next morning when we leave, before we have to figure out how to not explode it all out the backside of the bike.
Yeah, how are you going to put it on the bike and have a blow-off tube
Airlocks,
and not lose the beer?
Yeah, so currently I've got a little cage that I've kind of built around a platypus, like camelback-style reservoir bladder for water normally. So the bladder itself is flexible, but it'll have a little just wire cage around it to keep it from being squeezed. That's my really good idea.
Okay.
And then I'll have a blow-off hose like next to my exhaust pipe, so it's carbon monoxide and yeast.
Right. Yeah. So when it draws in air,
I think we're being punked right now.
Fuck the environment, right?
I say just go for that ride, man.
Yeah, do it. And just let us know.
Yeah, so they do make a good point, Dave. You could just take a fucking vacation.
Take some wort with you. Take some wort and some 12-ounce water bottles.
Yeah, but then it's not a tax write-off.
Oh my God, it's fine.
Put a
Talk
sticker
about the
on your
brewery for every day for 5 minutes. It's a tax write-off.
Say you did it.
Well, I know some people like to take vacations all the time. Like, down in Oregon, we got to work for a living.
Because some people know, like you, Dave, because you're not far off from me, that we're both going to die young and unhappy. You might as well go on vacation now.
With like 7 open containers.
I could blow my brains out in any minute, but damned if I'm not going to ride off a 1,000-mile ride. I mean, that's just that's the definition of sticking it to the man, isn't it?
It is.
Totally.
It'd feel good, wouldn't it?
It's like maybe the fourth.
By the way, I feel like I should mention that Justin was invited on this ride.
It's true, I
would have been with us had he not been such a puss bag.
I'm not even in the country when you're doing the ride, Dave.
Yeah, because you're a giant puss bag.
Because I know how to go on vacation where you enjoy your life, Dave. You're going to be on this thing, and every night you're going to be 150 miles a day on a motorcycle. You're going to sit down. You're going to be like, Jesus, pass the blow for one, because I can't keep my eyes open anymore. Your ass is going to hurt. It's going to be on fire, actually. But then what are you going to do? You're going to spend the next 5 hours of your night brewing beer. I don't understand you, Dave.
But it's what he likes to do, right? Like you like traveling, so you're going to Germany. It's like you going to Germany and not getting any beer at all.
Dave, are you
very similar?
Are you planning to film
right? You know what I mean? Like,
you have to borrow wort from the brewery and then actually just.
I hear Bev saying something, but I have no idea what the fuck it is.
Are you planning to film any of this? Because I would love to watch.
Idea.
Yeah.
Video, not film, please.
We've had a lot of requests from Flat Tail employees to install a Dave cam for my everyday life.
Right.
So we figured, considering not only am I being trusted with like a motorcycle for 5 days, but also large amounts of alcohol and God knows what else. Yes, I will be wearing a GoPro at all times.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So what are the? I can't wait till you take a shit.
You pick 2 GoPros.
I can.
What are the open container laws in Oregon?
On the back roads, nothing.
On the back road?
Yeah, it's like so long as you have 2 open at once, it's kosher.
Oh, one in front, one in back. Go.
The laws are you have to be 2-fisted.
Right.
On a motorcycle.
And then you win.
Hey, I mean, I've got a quick shifter, so technically I only really need one hand.
Oh, God.
Right, that's true.
So you guys got to bring your own food and beer ingredients and alcohol to drink.
Yeah.
For the whole 5 days?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm mostly eating like chili and hot dogs. So
that'll be good. Oh, yeah, that'll help you.
He's going to be pooping.
Are you going to do the South American method of chewing the grain to mill it and then spitting it into a bucket?
We will be slightly cheating by bringing pre-milled grain. I know
that's fine.
But you're going on.
Why even
do the grain with a mortar and pestle on the trail? But
sure. Well, then that kind of ruins
everything else.
Yeah.
But you have to bring all the water too, right? And everything.
Oh no.
Yes. Yeah. We'll be packing about 2.5 gallons of water each and 2 gallons of gasoline because fuel stops are only every 250 miles.
Wow. You guys are going to die out there.
That's a solid possibility. I literally took out a life insurance policy like 3 days ago for this ride.
You were approved?
Smart.
But if you run
Can I get a rider on there? I'll pay.
With glowing recommendations.
Should Dave be included in death pool for the next 5 days?
Take the under.
Like when he hits the road, like he needs to be on the death pool.
I think he needs to be added to the BN death pool. It's kind of an easy bet, though. Dave, if you don't make it, it's cool if I hit on your wife, right?
You know, what's really funny is prior to this phone call, I literally told Emma, at some point in the first 5 minutes, Justin will say something about you being the hot wife. We had a bet on this.
Yeah.
Well, and
Emma's your wife,
further,
right?
She said that not only would you say it, but it would be a little creepy.
Yeah,
she's not wrong.
Well, no,
she's not wrong.
It's because he cares. He wants to take care of her. Make sure she's taken care of.
I'm trying to take care of your family, Dave.
Right.
But it was only a little creepy.
Okay. Well, I think so long as we have like a system, Justin gets to hit on her first, and then JP, and then Beardy, what have you. I just don't want her to be too inundated.
But let's be clear, she's going to choose me out of all of them.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
No, we have
we have a like loyalty clause in our marriage where like scissoring Bebo doesn't count.
Dave, don't worry. We've had this conversation several times in the past. We have a system internally. We won't discuss with you on air.
Okay, all right.
But it's fine.
It's there.
Yeah.
Now,
as long as you guys have it worked out.
What if you just come back maimed or crippled? And or crippled. What can we still hit on your wife then?
He probably wants to watch.
Do I still have my penis?
Well,
no, it got caught in the chain.
So you have it, but it's real bad.
Yeah, kind of dangling.
Okay. So then the answer is yes, you can, but I have to be in the room at the same time. So it kind of becomes a weird, like, half threesome situation.
Wow.
It is gonna be.
How do you get a boner when Dave's standing there with his ball?
That's the thing. Is I can't get a boner.
So yes,
it's like a challenge.
Now it's an Olympic sport.
We're gonna change his name from Dave Malalava to Dave Maldwiener.
Did you say Moldwiener?
Mald.
Like some kind of gay German wine.
Hey man, whatever works.
Thanksgiving or something.
Yeah. Don't knock it till you try it.
So, all right, you make the beers as you go, and then at ferment. How many different beers are you going to make on the trip?
Just two. So I will be brewing one. Charlie Van Wiener from Yahat will be brewing another.
Of course he is.
And I'm sorry.
You just steal some word,
Van Meter. Van Meter is
right.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We know him.
It's really, it's just an upside down W, so it confuses me sometimes.
Yeah.
So we'll each be brewing our own beer, and we'll be collaborating a little bit on equipment. For example, I think we're both going to be using stainless steel French presses for mash tuns.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. French press. Okay. Yeah.
But the actual yeast selection, grain selection, any spices that we'll collect along the trail will be left up to the individual brewer.
Oh, you're going to be hunting, you're going to be foraging for all that kind of stuff, too? That's cool.
I actually just checked it out, and it is open western gray squirrel season. So I'm hoping to bag a squirrel and incorporate that into my beer.
I gotta ask, who gets to drink the lucky beer? Because it's only going to be about 12 ounces when you get done with it. So I gotta know.
We do, Chris. We're going to invite you back down.
Keep me in loon with the gray squirrel one, because I always like squirrels.
For the reveal show, you're coming back down.
Man, we've got our collaboration already planned.
I can't wait, dude. I got
Do you want a dry squirrel or kettle squirrel?
No, I just want a squirrel koozie. So I just want
koozie?
We'll make a koozie for your 12-ounce ride
Sounds like
beer. I
some
can't
kind
wait
of
to
new
see
age
this. You got to
backpack.
video this stuff.
You
I'm
do have to
super
video
intrigued,
this
dude.
stuff.
Yeah, but when you have the GoPro on your helmet, turn it around so we just see your face for the entire 5 days.
And then put it on the fermenter in your bucket.
You
Oh,
reacting.
It'll be like the Blair Witch Project.
I think it's fermenting again.
Yeah.
When was the last time one of you guys fell? What are the chances of that happening?
That's probably going to happen.
Like on a bike?
Yeah. No, just walking around.
Well, just walking around is a higher number, probably. No, I mean, like, not very often. I only broke my ribs twice last year. I've only had one concussion since January, and I fractured my wrist.
Okay.
My shin bone was kind of a little fucked up for a while. What else did I do? I dislocated my shoulder.
Justin, why are you going with us?
Right. Dave,
what's up?
Dave, is it safe to say you're not a very good motorcycle rider? Are you a better brewer than a motorcycle rider?
I wouldn't say I'm not, like, good. I just say I'm not, like...
He bought the life insurance.
Which do you do better, make beer or ride motorcycles?
Uh-oh.
Well, I make pretty crappy beer. So
It's a low bar.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, which bar is lower? That's the question. I can't limbo that way, man.
Dave, you're such a mess.
Wow. I love him.
I'm glad I can make Justin fucking Crosley feel better about himself. I'm not even doing hanging around anymore.
It's true. If I'm feeling like you're a mess, Dave, shit is bad.
Oh, my God.
You need to rethink
I guess
things.
I am, like, sitting in a pair of sweatpants on my back porch looking at a broken-down John Deere under a tin roof. How did I not notice this before?
planning 9 days in the back roads with a bunch of other idiots with barely any food and a bunch of beer, sort of, that you have to make along the way. Figure out how to haul, ferment at a proper temperature. We didn't even talk about that.
In a vessel we haven't described yet.
In a vessel, in an unknown
I don't even think it's a real thing yet.
Trying to run over squirrels.
Perfectly comfortable in the 27 to 114 degree range.
Right.
We don't want to scare him away from doing this.
No, I want this to happen.
So the lacto will be fine.
No, I think Belgian. Well, I mean, Belgian.
Belgian would be good.
Any kind of Belgian yeast, but don't get
Just make it Belgian.
Chris,
Right,
you're
that's
feeling
worked for a
good
lot of
about
other
the
breweries.
choices of yeast?
As long as I get to try one of the 12-ounce squirrel butter beers, I'm stoked.
Squirrel butter.
Belgian yeast. Because that's going to be like the only one, dude. So I want to try
have to
it.
work on my squirrel churning if we're going to use
Dave, I want to make this solemn promise to you now, okay, in front of the entire universe.
It's solemn.
I will be a part of your search and rescue party. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
So you're going to show up to the search and rescue like you showed up to the last 5 fucking collaborators?
Oh, no. Stop it. We talked about this the other day. They weren't all collabs.
He will.
You used my name without my permission.
He will search his entire living room.
You're going to get a call from John at Beer Law Center.
Homebrew recipe?
Stop it. Let's go back to making fun of you.
This is why JP's on
like
your...
it when the tables turn, JP.
Shut up!
When JP's on your search and rescue team.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Keeps getting worse.
He's going to, just play Pokemon Go and wait.
He was playing earlier today. I saw him playing.
Right here.
He caught a Pidgey, though, so leave him alone.
He'll look
he's leveling up! He's leveling up!
Right now.
Bam.
Oh, God.
He'll look left and right from his couch.
Do I have to make a note Pokemon during the show?
My kid's going to be pissed right now,
I hate making policy.
To be fair, there's
Shouldn't
free
we just
Pokestops from in here.
I know. We're like the Pokey
You guys
Triangle.
set that shit up. We don't even have one where we live.
No, we're at the
Is there a snake on Justin's board right now?
Hey, Tasty, how much did you pay for your Pokemon that everybody...
I don't know what that means.
Tasty's got a new Pokemon out. You guys should all look for it. Forever.
I haven't seen it.
Well, it's new. It's rare.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's rare Pokemon.
Let me make that.
Molestamon?
Yeah, you just got to look for it.
All right, Dave, I
puts
have...
you to sleep and then drags you to its apartment?
Okay, write the description. What would it say, Dave?
That's the Molestamon.
That's not accurate.
I like that.
Easy work. He's much smoother than that.
Knocks you out and drags you to your apartment. Basically.
That'd be too much work.
Hey, but at least you wake up in your own house.
Sometimes.
All right, listen, Dave, we're going to hear about this afterward, I assume, and know how the beer turned out and that you're alive, and you'll give us more details?
Yes, if we do make it back with ourselves and the beer, we will indeed come on and tell you about it.
All right.
What was the name one more time of the event?
When does it happen?
Brokeback Brewing.
Brokeback Water.
Dave and Charlie's
Squirrel butter.
Central adventure.
You thought you'd like to live here to hear about this.
Motorcycles.
I do sort of wish the adventure ended here at the Grenade. Like if it was riding all the way. And
we have like a ticker tape parade for them coming, like a hero's welcome.
Does that mean you want to sponsor us?
Unicycles, yes, we
I don't
do.
think I could do that.
I think the Berryessa might.
Berryessa's talking about it, though.
Oh, shit.
All right.
I can sponsor him with like hugs and high fives, and then you have to PM me, dude.
I look forward to sending that sponsorship request email that will never be answered.
There you go.
You got to send it to me, man. He won't open it.
Send it via the Handy app.
It all goes down in the DMs, dude.
I thought it was called Rise.
That's different.
Oh. I can't keep up.
Yeah.
When is the ride actually happening so we know when to start being worried?
Yeah.
We're leaving September 1st and coming back on the 7th. The 8th, we're doing a little meet and greet / taster at Corvallis Brewing Supply. Our mutual friend Joel Ray is gracious enough to host our debauchery.
Yeah.
And so whatever beer we actually manage to brew will be available to taste at CHS on September 8th. And myself, and hopefully Charlie, and then also the fantastic supporting cast of our bartender, Alan, and the do-it-all guy, Duke from Yachts, will also be there to just talk about the ride in general.
So your fans can show up at that party at the end.
Yes, and we will also bring all of the equipment we use to brew, from the mash tun, French press, to the 1-quart boil pot, and even the wort aerator, which I've made out of a bong, will be there. So you can just see everything that we managed to craft and how to brew on the cheap.
That'll be handy.
I like how he's going to go, like you said, he never takes a fucking vacation, ever.
No.
He's always working.
Yeah.
He's going to be gone for 7 days. Then he's going to sleep at home and then go back out and talk about the thing he just did. Take a fucking break,
Exactly.
man. Take a day. Take a day.
And use
It's
that
like,
bong.
I took 4 days kind of off last week, which was a record.
What did you do,
And
dislocate
the wife
something?
and I
No, he
did
hurt his wrist. He hurt his wrist.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I guess I did kind of work all 4 days, but it was less work than I usually work, and I wasn't at the brewery, so it doesn't really count.
No, that is a vacation. You're right. We were totally wrong. Yeah, we were totally wrong.
All right, if you had to bet right now, Bevo and JP,
right,
me or this idiot, it's one of us is. It's going to be a close death race here.
Oh,
if you had to
super
put us,
close.
if Dave's being added to the death pool, has he tell me he's dying sooner than me, right?
I'm saying you would still be first.
Wow.
Because Dave, I think, is starting to care about himself a little bit and the
I
people
see.
around him. Yeah.
And I'm going the
And you're going the opposite way. So
I honestly
I'm
can't.
just going to throw this out here. Like, I think if it were a vegetable pool, I would definitely be in the lead.
See, that's where I was going. I can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't say who's going to die first, but I can say that you're going to die of a heart attack,
Yeah.
and he's going to die maimed, bleeding somewhere, and they're going to find him 6 weeks later.
He might not die for years. He might just sit there like a vegetable.
He's going to survive a mild wiener. I mean, he's good.
Yeah.
He'll be really good at yoga.
Telling me that I should vacation more.
I know.
I mean,
You're
his
right.
heart rate went up, telling me to relax.
Turn it into a yoga trip too. You'll be
That
fine.
just happened.
Yeah. Are you going to do? Can you do a little yoga every day on your trip?
Please,
they
can
told
you
me to
video that
do
also?
that after I snapped my hammy, and it just really got. No, that was after I herniated 2 discs.
Oh, ouch.
Was it the hammy or the disc? I can't remember. I gave up on that hippie bullshit.
Yeah, you don't need that. A couple lines of blow, just get on the bike. Yeah, fine.
You'll be all right.
Well, exactly.
Solves everything.
All right, Dave, keep us in the loop. Don't die. I'm not going to cry at your funeral, but I will be upset.
Squirrel butter.
Okay, I accept that. I'm going to aerate some wort real quick, and then I'll see you guys next time.
All right, brother. Thank you, man. We'll see you later.
Get it?
There we go. Dave Marley-Avu. Marley-Aviv.
Old wiener.
How do you say his last name?
It's Malala.
Marlev.
Marlave.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
That's the problem. This is why we do
No one knows.
Marliave.
There's a hyphen in there, isn't there?
Somewhere.
Marliav.
Yeah. All right. We got a couple other things to do before we have to go. I wanted to talk a little bit about JP's recent escapades.
Let's get on it.
Are you ready for this shit?
With the Pico Brew. So you brought us a beer. Can I have a beer to wash it down? What other beer?
What do you mean to wash
Nothing.
it down?
I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
Is that black one still in here?
I need a good quart of water.
Oh yeah,
good chaser
right there. A little black saison.
That's lemonade.
Oh Jesus!
I don't know if anybody else wants.
You need some help.
So what do we? What did you brew here, JP?
Well, this is a beer. It's called a.
Did you put flour in it?
No, it's called a Grodzicki.
Okay.
It is a Polish wheat beer made with Bavarian mandarina hops.
Oh.
And this is, I think, one of my first successful batches, meaning I did it on the Pico Brew, and it came out great, and I put it in a keg. I got it from the carboy into the keg, and then from the keg into a growler without spilling it all.
For the first time.
For the first time ever.
Well,
so you are tasting it.
How many batches of Grodzinski did it take to get to this point?
2, but let's not talk about that so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is a Grzinski?
Grodzinski. He plays middle linebacker for the.
I thought so.
It's a smoked wheat beer. It's a Polish smoked wheat beer, 100% oak smoked wheat malt.
Okay.
Your beer smells like bacon.
It smells like bacon, and then
That's why I liked it so much.
The Bavarian mandarina. I don't know. I wanted to play around with like we were talking about. A lot of the new school German hops are pretty cool. There's kind of a blend of the traditional noble hop and some cool funk to it.
Okay.
How strong is that?
Maybe 4%.
All right, so it's smoky, which, as you know, I'm not the biggest fan of that type of beer.
No, and that's why I brought it.
I can tell it's a well-brewed beer.
And thank you very much.
Yeah,
and I like it. I used the Edinburgh yeast because I wanted to be kind of like neutral, but not really neutral.
I like that yeast.
But it did not fucking clarify at all. It looks like dishwater.
It's juicy.
That's an English strain, right?
You said it was a wheat beer. It's not supposed to.
Edinburgh Scottish?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not supposed to clear, is it?
No, but I would have thought it'd be a little bit clearer than this. Like, it looks murky.
Well, it could be from the wheat malt if you used a lot of it.
How old is the beer?
Yes.
A month.
How much did you give it, like, gravity of time to do some stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 weeks or so, and then it's been in the keg ever since.
What's a grain bill look like?
4 pounds of oak smoked wheat malt.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh.
It's 100%.
That's pretty baller.
Oh, that's interesting.
Did you have to add rice hulls? How did you?
No.
The Pico just loudered it?
The Pico just loudered it. Yeah, there was literally no problem.
God, do they have a 30-barrel version?
Yeah.
It was rad. It was. And so I thought there might be a problem.
Do you stir a Pico? Do you stir it?
No, not at all. It's totally automatic.
You look at it and smile and hug it.
And when you grain,
push the button.
When you grain out, you don't notice like Godot balls or anything like that.
No, nothing.
Excellent.
Nothing like that. Yeah.
It's the Pico.
It's the Pico.
Wow. It's what I love about brewing. It's recipe formulation. What I don't love about brewing is dialing knobs and turning valves and spilling hot water on my fucking feet. And doing all the crap.
The hard part. Don't tell Nate you want that. They're going to be pissed, dude.
Right, like, I want one.
They don't realize the cellar is like where it's at. That's a dope beer.
Oh, thanks, man. I like it. It's pretty good.
It's in a weird place, but
it's in this super weird place, and I like it. It's a low alcohol. I've been really into smoked beers a lot, and I was really stoked that it came out really well.
I didn't know you were so into smoke. I mean, I know you like to smoke beer here and there, but it's your thing right now, huh?
I like it. It's my jam right now.
It's different.
Have you had it with a cigar yet?
I have not had it with cigar. I think that might be too much.
Overpowering the cigar?
A little too much.
It'll go more with a Parley Light, not a cigar.
Yeah, right.
But I like it with, like, spicy food. Like, I made some barbacoa the other night, and there was, a couple little spice in it, and it was fucking good. Like tacos, like spicy tacos.
That's the Pico.
I think it came out pretty good.
So the Pico's killing it for you, finally.
The Pico's killing it, yeah, for sure. And I got push eject 5-gallon temperature control conical from More Beer.
Okay.
So I'm going to be double batching into that thing. So now I can brew kind of whatever I want. I don't have to clear out one of my fridges and set that for the temperature control and wait for that to all even out.
Nice.
It's going to be much more dialed in now.
All right. Well, I look forward to hearing more on the Pico Brew.
I'm excited about it.
Is that a new Pokemon?
Pico Brew?
I gotta ask. Because I'm confused right now. I just gotta know.
It's Pikachu.
Just tell me the truth. You don't have to lie to me just because I'm one of your guests. But
I do look forward to styles that I enjoy coming out.
What would you like me to make? I'll make it for you.
A pale ale.
Pale ale?
Yeah.
The most boring beer in the world. Okay.
Something not Polish.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's a good start.
Nobody ever said, "Oh, you know what I love from the Polish beer."
What do they say?
Polish dogs. That's the only good thing.
Yeah, they only dogs. They have great dogs.
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You can get them at Costco.
Right. Yeah. Kirkland Polish dog.
Yeah, the Kirkland Polish is the best Polish.
Yeah. You get it on adoption day.
Well, I can soon be some Polish dogs in the fucking Pico Brew. I will make you a pale ale next.
Thank you.
That?
I would like that.
Right.
I would love to.
I would.
All right. So thank you for that, JP. That was.
This asshole just dumped my beer.
I got to drive.
Vegetarian. He doesn't got the bacon.
I don't want to drink anything.
I don't smoke. I'm sorry.
And he's a vegetarian, so he's got two things against him with that beer.
Actually, the truth is, my headlight is out, and I have a big truck.
And I've been at it for a while, so I ain't driving.
Yeah. Hence the coffee, honestly.
There you go. Yeah.
Headlights are no fun.
Yeah, you don't want to have one.
Crazy. And by the way,
those are a really hard thing to change.
I've been drinking.
It's just a light bulb.
I didn't say truck.
I said
you did.
Yeah. All right. Let's wrap up our Twitter game. What was it today, JP?
Well, if I were to put a bottle of our Slow Clap Vienna Lager on one of those beer trading sites, which I'm assuming there are numerous of, what would people pay for it? What would you trade for it?
Okay.
And the answers are... Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Dave Henry says the cost of the bottle.
I was like this.
Got it. Good trade.
Yeah, I think that's a solid trade. Jonathan Ross says, in Chechnya, we have dirt and rock. We give both.
In Chechnya, it's all we have. Only the resource. Rock, dirt. We add water.
Poland, too.
Have both. Limerick Loggerhead says, a bottle of any IPA. Bonus, we get to listen to JP bitch about the style again.
Again.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
Andrew Boozer says a Chechnya nickel, which is basically worth $1 billion US.
Yeah,
okay.
It's true.
Philip Grosenvor the second says the clap.
Well, that's my third favorite.
Okay. Jason Yates says a properly cellared, fully caffeinated Four Loko. Scott Pierre says the lost video of Bevo's Christmas stripper pole dance.
Oh.
Which I know there's a couple people out there that have that. They downloaded that.
Yeah.
With all 8 pixels of it. And then last but not least, William says all the nutter shorts in the whole wide world.
That's a lot.
Guys, Jason Yates had a big compliment. There are no more Four Locos. That's a big deal.
Are there none, or it's just reformulated?
It's reformulated.
Caffeine, they
caffeinated. The ones that can kill you.
That's a good point. That's a good trade.
Valuable.
That's more rare than that Chechnya nickel.
Is that a white whale?
Thank you, Dogan. You're right about that.
It's Jogan.
No, we're talking about the Four Loko, not Bevo on this.
Dugan.
Speaking of Four Loko.
All right, so what do you think?
You know what? Yogan convinced me.
Yogan.
The Four Loko is our winner tonight.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, well
Good
done.
old reference.
Who is that who won?
Jason Yates.
Yates, congratulations on your big win. And
what, did you go to high school with him?
Appreciate
Yates. Hey, hey, nougat face.
Here's your wedgie.
I got one for you.
Oh my God, who did you go to school with?
I don't know. Isn't that what you do when you people from high school that you like?
Yeah, I just and all you observed that your whole high
I've
school
seen it.
career. You never participated.
He watched the movie Grease. That's what he knows about high school.
All right, I think we're done here. I know you have beer news, but it's late.
It's 3 stories.
Oh,
Can we try one more? This is special.
All right, let's do it.
This is more
beer news and another beer, and then we're done.
Right, here we go. Beer news.
I'm going to dump your Grzinski.
Hey, please do. my Grzinski. Science has delivered us a new... Oh, do we have a sponsor for beer news or no?
No.
Okay, good. Science has delivered us a new way to track our ABV with a cyborg-type temporary tattoo. You heard about this thing?
No.
It's a new thing. Engineers at the University of California, San Diego have developed a flexible, wearable sensor that can accurately measure a person's blood alcohol level from sweat and transmit the data wirelessly.
Okay.
The device consists of a temporary tattoo, which is really just like a...
Yeah, it's like a little
thing, right?
electrode.
Yeah, it doesn't say like, all the dicks or whatever.
No, it could, but it doesn't probably.
It sticks to the skin, induces sweat, and electrochemically detects the alcohol level. And a portable, flexible electronic circuit board kind of hangs on. It's a little clunky right now, but that's connected to the tattoo by a magnet, and it can communicate the information to a mobile device via Bluetooth.
Okay.
Within 15 minutes, blood alcohol concentration can be estimated by measuring alcohol levels in what's called insensible sweat, which is when you sweat before moisture is actually noticed on the skin.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a new personal blood alcohol meter, which is more accurate than the breathalyzer.
I like it, except I'm afraid it's sending information to the government.
Right, Big Brother.
Right.
That bothers me about it. It seems a little too high tech.
It is very high tech, for sure.
Okay.
But I think it'll be great for people who have
who drink too much.
DUIs or whatever. Yeah.
Agreed.
All right. Anyway. The next story, Alabama is up to its old shenanigans, fellas. I don't know if you knew this or not. The state is throwing another curveball at local breweries by considering adopting a law that requires records to be kept of individual customers who buy beer from local breweries for their own personal consumption.
Stop it.
In what volume?
Stop it.
Any volume.
If you buy a six-pack from a brewery.
Yeah, because recently they've expanded the rules, so now you go to a brewery And you can buy up to 288 ounces, which I guess is a case of beer.
Right.
And so that's like a new thing. But it sounds like the state legislature is concerned about that, or the AT.
This is ridiculous.
Right. And so they want
to track them.
They want to track everybody who goes to a brewery and buys beer for personal consumption, so not on site.
There's no limit. They just want the information.
They just want the information.
But I don't. Is that local or is that a federal? That's a state. So, well, that doesn't count.
Alabama.
It doesn't count. Well,
it
Alabama
does count
right.
a lot, but it's a.
What happened? What happened to this country?
What happened to Alabama?
What happened to Alabama?
So what are they worried about? Overconsumption? Or people can buy them and resell them? Maybe
I think so. Or like underage
some other.
drinking
What are they
parties.
trying to fix?
I think it's like kegs. Like you have to fill out that stupid form.
I think they're trying to fix their own border.
An underage kid is going to drink too much, and then he's going to fall in love with his cousin, and then they're going to get married.
Again,
They don't need alcohol.
That already happened.
Yeah.
Anyway, that information would consist of an individual's name, address, and how much they buy on a regular basis.
Wow.
So if they're repeat customers, then maybe you go on some list if you buy more than whatever.
Now you're on the watch.
You don't want to be on that list.
No, you don't.
Whoa.
Luckily, the grassroots organization Free the Hops, if you guys remember, it was instrumental in getting a few brewery-friendly legislations passed.
Should change the name to Fuck Alabama.
You should.
No, it's truck, by the way.
Sorry, you're right.
Or waffles.
They are there to spread some much-needed common sense. Nick Hudson, president of Free the Hops, said the proposal should be, quote, highly concerning not only to craft beer consumers, but to all people throughout the state. Free the Hops is asking its members and supporters to contact the ABC board via snail mail or email by September 7th to help stop the rule from going into effect. And apparently the ABC board will take the public's opinions into consideration. They're meeting in late September.
Everyone in Alabama right now should call via rotary phone and pigeon carrier and try to get the message out.
Yes, absolutely.
It must be a pretty place to live.
Oh, God. Right.
I wouldn't want to work there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If that's your real name.
Because, why else?
Because why else would you be there?
God damn it.
We love you, Alabama.
Do we, though?
See, look on Tasty's face as he says it.
That's not even his real name.
All right, is that the news?
No, one more.
Oh, Jesus, you said 3 stories. That was 3.
That was
If he
2.
doesn't give it, it won't be news.
Yeah, I think it was 2, but we just started talking about Alabama.
I can stop if you want.
How good is the third one?
It's about the New Zealand hop industry is expanding.
That's fine. Good.
Thank God.
Thanks for the information.
There you go.
All right.
Wow. Good for them.
Thanks, JP. Great job on the news.
Thanks, bro.
Great job on our Twitter game.
Oh, thanks. Now you're just saying shit.
Right.
Thanks again to Berryessa Brewing Company for being in the studio tonight. Bringing us what is this last beer, which is phenomenal, by the way?
It's my Grodzitsky.
Not that one.
Oh, okay.
So we started a barrel program.
Mm-hmm.
And then we found out that we have a winery next door.
Okay.
And we would love to utilize and caress and love, but we decided that they had a lot of bugs, not necessarily like actual winged insects that came and dug holes. They're called barrel borers.
Oh,
so
no.
we got attacked by barrel borers. So this is actually one of we had 2 barrels that we did. So we started a project.
Are you telling me I'm drinking some weird insect beer right now?
No. So what happened? We started a spontaneous blonde beer that we used. We do all our spontaneous beers for our anniversary parties. So we were dumping the barrel of the spontaneous barrel with all the white peaches out into kegs, and then we decided that Double Tap was being knocked out at the same exact time.
Okay.
So I got a wild hair in my ass and dumped a Double Tap wort on top of all the peaches and the wild magic, and let it sit for another 6 months. So this was actually one of the first beers that we brewed at the Berryessa Brewing Company. It's about 3 years old now.
Wow.
Yeah, so I took the wort. We spontaneously fermented the wort for a peach beer that we did, and then we kind of dumped all that into kegs, carbonated it for our anniversary party, and then we just dumped some Double Tap wort on top of all the bacteria and the magic. So,
wow.
So this is a 3-year-old IPA?
Yeah, so that's
the hops have dropped out.
Yeah, they have, and I think what I think is really cool about this beer that I take, because this is the Double Tap wort, so it's one of our... our number one, you know. So, but I dumped it in there. I think I think, and tell me if I'm wrong. I think the lacto was suppressed by the hops, and I think it's mostly the Brettanomyces that took over this project that we're drinking right now. So we did about I think 104 gallons of it, bottle conditioned all of it, and you're drinking some of it right now.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like a brewery only. We just wanted to get the project moving, but it's kind of one of those things we're out in the country, so we got to make some adjustments if we're pulling that off. But this is basically just for fun, and we just like good beer.
So you're saying the hops made you select for more of the bugs rather than the lacto?
No, I think the bugs were confused when they got dumped into a barrel full of... because when you got the hops, I mean, they suppress all the bacteria. You're the they're like an antidepressant for hops. Right. You know what I mean? They kind of confuse everybody. And so long story short, the lacto got suppressed, and I feel like it's mostly Brettanomyces.
It's really good.
Are you going to do it again?
Sure.
Or have you done it again?
Yeah, we have 2 barrels of sitting around. Well, he didn't see that. Sales guy's looking over. No, we don't. Actually, we are fresh out. So no, we don't. We have no.
Chris, you don't have to answer to Dogan.
No, but we're working on Logan's fine, but I think the bacteria. I think we're really focused on just making really solid, clean beers, and I think the bacteria beers and stuff is our side projects, and we love it, and it's fun, and we'll just utilize it for that. For anniversaries, and if Tasty wants a little splash, he can have one.
You're finally getting me to come over there.
Only on a Monday when we're closed.
So when is your anniversary party?
I'm not telling you, dude. You're gonna have to look it up. No, I'm just kidding. It's like I think
we
October.
Can go to your website. It'll all be there.
Okay. It's October 9th.
Yeah,
October 9th. And we have a solid lineup of live music. We're out in the country, and come out and hang out and drink some beers with us.
I heard you have great music out there.
Yeah, we're pretty solidified in our music. We actually really
know what you're doing.
Yeah, we're connoisseurs, and we really like good music and good beer, and I think we just kind of try to pile that into one small amount of space.
None of that jam band crap, though, I'll tell you that.
I'll be careful.
There'll be a little bit.
No.
Go to BerryessaBrewingCo.com. Check it out for more information. Thank you for sharing that beer. It was something else. That's a nice sour beer.
Thanks for letting me yap for a minute.
Absolutely. I liked it, actually. It's like a 3-year-old beer because it fell out. It seemed to have dropped out all in the right ways and came into a nice little life of its own. That's a nice beer. All right, so next week we got Pelican Brewing Company on the program, which I'm pretty excited about. I've been to Pelican Brewing Company once. It's like the best real estate in beer right there on the beach. So we're going to talk to them next week. They're going to bring us some beer down here, and I'm excited about all of that. All right, you got to take us out of here, JP?
Yes.
All right, thanks, everybody. Good show, and we'll see you in a week's time.
Thank you to our show sponsor, More Beer. You can get absolutely everything you need to make great beer at home by going to morebeer.com. The fellows from Berryessa Brewing Company came down from the lake to hang out and chat about their great beers. Learn more about them over at berryessabrewingco.com. Tall, alien, twiggy guy Dave from Flat Tail Brewing told us about his upcoming motorcycle brewing trip. Let's hope he doesn't get wiped out by a truck. Merge your love of Disneyland with your lack of engaging podcast. Go to earsuppodcast.com as JP, Terrence, Bevo, and Taryn talk about all things Disney. Go check out Moscow's Hop Cartoons over at hoplifestore.com. Get on Twitter for some good beer insight and homebrew info. Follow Nate Smith at Nathan Homebrew, Mike McDowell at TC McD, JP at Major Jip, and Warren is also adding to the noise over at Another Beardy. Today's show is produced by Beverly, and your host has been Justin Crossley. Be sure to find the Brew Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
JP's an asshole. Justin's a nice guy, and